Hmm? Get your Coke out of here. I don't know if I'm still winning the 3v3 arena or not. I'll have to wait and see. Oh, the Coke base. Hello, hello, hey bomb. Bum the pug. Autocorrect. For the W. What's going on? Don't be sorry, it's okay. It's just early in the morning, late at night, depending where you are, so. How you doing? Don't be sorry, it's all good. Hope you're having a good morning or night, whatever time of day it is for you. For me, it's quarter to, or 10 to 4 in the morning. I just couldn't sleep, so jumped on. Get an early stream in. Get some CVC done. Gotta build Ezio out. How are you doing? How has your week gone so far? Good, good, good. Yeah, awesome. No, my week's been great. No complaints. I got my cat Coco in my hand for the morning right now. She's half asleep, half trying to. I have a breakfast of champions right now with some Pringles, which are chips. And I've got, well, it's only a few, it's like 3 or 4, but I eat one at a time and she tries to lick them. Crazy cat. Who's my main damage dealer on the account? That would be Cheshire Cat and Tholin. It depends what area actually, because for clan boss it's so like right here, Cheshire Cat's 6-star full ascended. Black Tusk is not full ascended. We still need potions. We're grinding potions out, but yeah, it's a grind. And Cheshire, as you can see, he's doing the most damage. He's about 4,000 attack right now. I think it's at 4,100, something like that. But we have Xenomorph not doing enough damage. Coffee with the SKB. Let's do the time. But yeah, the Cheshire Cat is definitely the carry of the account. Tholin needs gear. We are leveling up the Forge Pass right now to get him gear. I currently am first place in my Gen 3v3 arena tournament, or I was as of this morning. So hopefully I can maintain that. It's also good for CVC points, so get a nice double down there. How did you get your attack so high this early? Well, I'm on day 15, and it's just about getting good gear. Like it's there's Ezark, there's no rushing or like way to 100% get attack high. My gloves are attack gloves. They're 6-star, fully ranked to 16, and my chest is an attack chest ranked to 15 because I was waiting for this gear hunter or the gear enhance to start to level it up. My weapon's fully upgraded to 16 as well, and it's a 6-star. So those 3 things right there put it very high. You also do need base attack on the weapon, which is what it gives to, and you also need base attack on some of the other gear. I did ascend the gloves too to have a bit of crit rate, because of when we got just for the level we're at 41. So here's his gear here. I can show you. It'll take a second to show up, but basically 60 here on the immortal gloves. Their attack percent with crit rate. You hit crit damage twice. Eventually, Ezark, you do, but your attack has to be high for crit damage to matter. So if your attack is very low, so I'm at 4,500 attack. I have an attack amulet on at level 12. I have an attack chest with attack percent roll ascended, 2 ascended on it. And I got, and just so you know, this is from the potions they give you for free once you hit level, I think it's 40. I specifically only did these 2 pieces. Sorry to put my cat down. Hopefully, like these boots, I have 1 and 2 base, so it's all little things. Like this has defense on it, right? So the attack could be higher there. I hit attack percent here, and I glyphed it 3%. I have a bit of attack here on the helmet. Like he's not wearing the best gear at all. It's just like little things that add up. Attack maxed here. I got 10% on this defensive banner, so it's a defense banner, but. And then there, got a little bit more attack, and then I'm just using. You got to make sure you're doing faction wars. So I get little, just so I can glyph things. Get little kicks of that there. Now these boots, I don't really want to keep them, to be honest, but like if I need a little bit more speed, right? So if I look here and I get attack, and speed are the 2 things I would keep. I'm not gonna like roll these up though. I do need to get better boots. His attack power, his power as a champion's only 20, like this high, right? Like he's not crazy yet. How do you deal with Sand Devil and Phantom? I'm not there yet, Carpenter B. Not on this account. Like he's only got a 3-star ring on. I haven't had any luck getting a ring for him yet. But yeah, once the gear enhancement kicks in here, which it has finally, so I can get some energy and things out of here. The gear hunter's going. We finished in the tournament here. We finished Ice Golem. I was first placed here. I still am. So nice. So I'm first place by 300 points. This is massive for me to get the crystals here, as well as the rarities, the legendary 4-piece. That's huge for me. As you can see, Phantom Shogun, I can't even do this yet. It would have been great to get this, but I can't even compete in this. So I would just have to run stage 3, but I just don't have that kind of energy lying around. The first Frenzy tournament's coming, so this is worth going for if you're no matter what stage of the game you are. Bro, you have good RNG. Yeah. And I always, how did you get this Slayer? We bought the Forge Pass. So this isn't a free-to-play account. This is light spend. So we are leveling the Forge Pass. We do have some materials here. Just doing dailies. We've completed some of them here. You can see up here, like, it's leveled up. I've got the first 10% silver XP. For Clan vs. Clan, we've gotten all the rewards for the clan rewards. Our personal rewards right now, we're at just shy of 60,000. Hey, SK. How did you get the Slayer gear? You also do get it. Some of the gear I already have, because I haven't rolled any Slayer gear yet. I think I rolled 10 epic pieces. The Slayer gear you get from a promo code. It's 1-week gift. And you can put it in at around day 7, day 8, and you'll get a bunch of 6-star Slayer gear. My hardest thing for this fusion is going to be doing the Summon Rush. All are on top of global leaderboards. Who are? Lately can't win any tournament, always getting grouped with top players. SKB, do you think that's because of like where you are in the game? Like just like where you, because you're stuck and you keep, I know you keep trying to lose live arena, but you think like factors like that are why? Like where are you finishing to? Because SK on my main account, like it used to drop significantly if I didn't compete in tournaments for like a week or two. If I avoided tournaments and didn't do anything, I would finish so low it would just start pooling me with worse people, and then I'd be able to, like, you know, every 2 or 3 weeks jump in and like win 1 or 2. Hi, Exarth. Good morning. And then crit damage on gloves is down the road. You don't want it early because if you don't have attack, like even where my attack is right now, I don't have enough attack. I'm just getting near 5,000. 5,000 is where you want to get to before you start focusing on crit damage. Because the Cheshire Cat can nuke really well because he's almost fully booked too. He's not gonna hit he's gonna hit like a wet blanket if he doesn't have geared for damage. How old is this account? This account's 15 days old. My main account is 6 years old. Just shy of 6 years. So we still don't have champions for this, eh? I mean, we got Seducer. Him and Frozen can push a little bit. Like, this could work. Maybe this lineup can work, or like put her in. Yeah, like SK, like the biggest thing I notice with this game is if you're winning tournaments, then you will get grouped with winners. So, you know, you're putting yourself on a clock to eventually get paired with people that will like steamroll you. So, that's probably why you're getting paired with the high end, because like you're probably in a clan that's pretty high up there. If anyone's wondering what I'm doing right now for my Faction Wars champions, I'm moving gear that I put on presets. And I'm putting it on the champions that are going into this Faction Wars. My damage dealer, I would put Geo's gear on, and then I'll give it back to Geomancer. Try on that. So, like, I'm likely Grave Chill here. She's a poisoner, not really a damage dealer. I think Temptress can deal a damage, can't she? Leech. So yeah, she's pretty good for Faction Wars. Who else is a damage dealer? She's a support. So I should bring both these guys. Maybe do these three. I just don't want a poisoner, I want actual... I don't have any AoE attackers, do I? I'll single target. She's good for Fire Knight. 4 times at random. I guess she'd be good for Fire Knight too. Move those to him. All single target and burn. Okay. So I have no AoE, I think. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Okay, so speed, see how this does. You'll show me on Discord? Yeah, go ahead, yep. 5k gems and a dragon, another 5k in Fire Knight. Man, you were grinding, you weren't kidding. My clan leader is level 100, but him and most of my clan are inactive for over a month. Should I leave? Yeah, Carpenter B, you should. You should definitely find an active clan. Because clans, like, no matter where you're on the game, it matters so much, because you're going to be getting siege material, like, artifacts. You're going to be getting so many different things that'll improve your account with an active clan versus one that's inactive. Because your dragon, your Hydra, and your weekly clan boss, your whatchamacallit, Chimera, like, all matters to your clan doing it. What did I get for Hydra? We finished in second by, ooh, only 1 million points. My clan's gonna be triggered about that. I put my keys in. Don't be mad at me, bro. CVC were winning by 500,000, so not too much. I think this one's gonna be pretty heavy. Just new. Ooh, these are really good gloves. So yeah, I'm doing low faction wars though. Like, you should definitely focus on these things if you got a new account. It's very important. 2 into attack. Attack's not bad, I guess. Really nice supersonic chest piece. Hope it rolls into speed. It did not. So I got crit damage, defense percent, and speed. 1 speed. Okay. Only 1 speed. Not sure if I'll keep that one. A mirror of that same chest piece. And I got a... But it's a mythical, and I hit speed on it. So can it double into speed? I mean, it doubled defense percent. I mean, you can't be mad about that. It did double speed roll. Okay, that's a good piece now. Sell. Man, the Grim Forest set is so good. I think I might after CVC so I can get rewards, but I didn't know it would come back since his account is old. Yeah, I mean, if the fact you're in CVC and it didn't say you didn't have enough means you at least have some active players, because you have to have 90 active stars a week to get into CVC. You did the Fire Knight mission, the hard one. So happy I wasted some energy to try tuning it, but I do not care. I'm guessing that means that you got it working, that you got like your stage 8 clear. I think it was at stage 8 and 9 you were saying you were trying to get by. So I'm happy for you that you got past it. Right now with Gear Enhanced Live, it is one of the best ways to earn CVC points. It's just mass upgrading your gear that you might have sitting in wait. Why are we booking? I don't want to book. Okay. Gonna be waiting out. Still a whole day left for CVC. So good time to like rack up the points. I still have to get 1,000 Ice Golem points, and I've only got an hour and 14 minutes. So, no. So we don't want to let this one finish. I don't want anyone dying this early. So definitely gonna just go here, go to champions, recent. So Sorceress here. She's not in the collection for some reason. I can use some of these low brews to buff her stats a little bit. Now, there's no trading tournament on, so I'm not really going to do anything too crazy. No. I just want to knock up their levels a little bit, because they're pretty low. Okay, and him especially because he died. So him I'll push the whole ride. We'll also send him for some stats. I don't want to waste these mediums though, so rip him. Just a little bit of stat boost. We're also going to look at what gear's on him and see what we can roll up. I don't want to roll the... I mean, maybe. I'll roll it to 8. Increases defense here. I won't roll these till past 12 though. They're just too low level. I'm only using them for faction wars rotations right now. This is something you should do. If this was 5-star, that'd been great to roll that much into crit damage. But yeah, this is something you should do to. And I triple rolled attack. See, these two pieces are now upsetting because they're 3-stars. But if you had triple rolled those into anything better, it would have been good. I don't want to waste my silver rolling too much of this up, but I mean, that's all. What I'm going to do is like look at, okay, like what's your gear? Like, I don't want to roll anything really past 8, but if I can increase her damage a little bit, and she gets some speed out of that. If for any reason it's going to fail again, I'm just going to take Cheshire Cat's gear and I'll preset it and put it on one of the damage dealers in here. Lower tier gear is easier to roll up. Where this piece is going to cost me more in silver. Like it cost me 500,000 to roll this up, just shy of. So that should definitely keep him alive. I don't really want to push any more of this, especially like this piece of flat stat. Like he's just got random gear on. That just gives him a little bit of a buffer, and then I'll go down here and put 2 potions into him. Send him. Now I am going to use Seducer, so I will lock him, actually upgrade him. Why I'm going to use him is he has this in block debuffs, and then he has a decreased attack too. It's a low percentage, but if I can land the books in these 2 skills, which I didn't. So let's try that again. I want these last 2 skills to get booked, which one of them did. I'd like this one here. There we go. So now I don't need to book him anymore. This is what you can do to save books too. Like I could put one more just to get this chance up. If I had less books, I would. Yeah, so we got it. Okay, so I don't need to book him at all now. Like this sleep debuff, I don't care about this, but all his main skills are booked. So that's huge for me, for when I do actually use him. And I can put better gear on him down the road. I'm just doing this for Faction Wars right now, so I'm just trying to get some early stats. Everyone else here seems like they're okay. The stuff I just did should be enough to clear the next stage or 2. See, that's Arena. Before I jump back in there, let's check Arena, see if I can refresh the page. No easy wins here. All painful battles basically sitting here because they all have Predator. It's the bane of existence right now for Arena. I'll look at 3v3 Arena 2. There's an hour left. I'm really hoping I win this tournament. So we can get this, just get a couple easy wins here. Hey, your name is very difficult to say, so sorry. I'm going to call you Ojan. Ogan. Ezio is really good. He's probably the best of all the assassin champions outside of the arena one. You do need good gear for him, so that's the problem you're probably running into, is you have to have good gear. Even in bad gear, he does a lot of damage to clan boss. And he's dying fast because his defense is low. You have to tank him up. You're not going to build him with a lot of attack. You're going to build him with like a decent amount of attack, but you're going to buff his like HP, his defense a little bit, and then but mainly you want his accuracy up and his speed. You don't have good gear on him, missing a lot of silver. Yeah, like that's the thing, is like he can't be in bad gear. He's very glass cannon kind of champion. I haven't built mine yet, so I can't show you how he could be built right now. Or I would just bring it up, but he's definitely like a weak. I'm not even like focused on building him right now. He's like a week away from me or more for me to even touch him. Accuracy for sure is the main stat on him because he poisons and he lands bombs and he needs accuracy to do that. His bombs will be based on his attack, so you do want his attack there. It's just you do need to because he's an attack champion. Usually attack champions have bad defense, or it's not great. For him, because that's his main focus, is you want him to get the bombs out, and then he needs to be ascended too because that's part of how his kit works. Is his he decreases the cooldown on the bombs, so that's a factor. Those are all like key things in building him. But again, it comes down to what gear you have to work with. He might be a champion you might have to wait a week or two to build. Like, you might not be able to just build him right away. I don't know where you are in the game right now, but like if you're early game, less than 30 days in, you want to be building a 5-man clan boss team. Ezio could be on there, but he will replace your poison champion if he is. So you need to put accuracy chest on him, an attack percent set of gloves I would suggest with accuracy and speed on them, and then speed boots with accuracy and attack on them if you can, with maybe defense as well, or HP. You also do want some resistance on him down the road, especially if you're going to mix in him for clan boss and arena. I don't think I can beat this. This one fine. Let's do that. Hey Prince, how you doing? But yeah, Ezio is like overall his kit is brand new, so he's a pretty interesting champion to build. Because he's multifaceted, like he's doing attack damage, he's also doing bomb damage, he's also doing poison damage, he's also in some cases ally attacking if you have the assassins. So there's a lot of different ways you can build him. It just depends on what area you're planning to use him most. These are still on cooldown, dang. Okay, back to here. So this is why you keep doing faction wars. Like I've just been throwing random gear on outside of the 2 dungeons like Demon Spawn and Dwarf. The rest of them I have all these stars, the 18 stars and stuff, because I've just been moving this gear around. So these guys are a little bit tankier now. I might move him, the health HP, in there. Hey Dark Angel, WR, how you doing? Pulled Epic Fusion Champ, so skipping 4 events. There you go, that's great, Prince. You've had good pulls. Good job. I have, I got lucky from Clan Boss. Like, Prince, I got some of your luck that, in the last 2 days, I've gotten 4 Sacreds from Clan Boss, so I hope I get more. But that means I can do the Summon Rush on my main account, which I was worried about because I pulled like everything on the Champ Chase. Yeah, thank you, SK. That's a better way to put it, for sure. Because the attack is what his bomb damage is based on, right? You're putting Corvus, Xeno, and Ezio. That sounds like a fun little combo. I don't know why my mouse keeps doing this. Kokopee. Hi, Kokopee. High school, I'm 1 hour left. I'm at 1,200 points. I really think I gotta just... It's taking too long doing hard. I have to drop it down. Ended getting a sacred on your free-to-play. Oh, it ended? Oh, okay. Well, I'm on a 2-day streak right now. I have been getting, like, slammed for books, though. I didn't get any books for the last, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. When's the last time you pulled the perfect clan boss chest that you get, like, a 6-star legendary piece of gear, a sacred shard, a legendary book, the maximum amount of gems, maximum amount of potions? Those feel good. And then you get, like, 3 of a brew. Those days are rare, but they feel good when they happen. Like, as you can see, this is a bunch of... I'm just pointing out for Faction Wars, the early stages, this is like a level 10, level 10, level 30, level 25, level 30, 2-star Ascension, 2-star Ascension, 3-star Ascension. They're all wearing garbage, trash gear. The only gear to point out is that one of them is wearing a shield set. You've never had a perfect clan boss pull yet? They feel good when they happen, Xarth. Believe me, it won't happen often, maybe 4 or 5 times a year, but... The next best one is when you get a Void Shard, an Epic or Legendary book. And then the same thing, like you get tons of potions and tons of gems. Yeah, Dark Angel, it's no rush. It's just, in the first, like, 45 days, you can, like, if you're playing every single day, you can definitely get to, you can definitely at least get to Nightmare in that amount of time. If you get luckier with your gear, you can get to Ultra Nightmare. Now, the only reason I'm letting this wave continue, even though someone died, is that I don't have an AoE damage dealer. So it's really hard for me to complete these waves right now, because I would just throw Cheshire Cat's gear on one of them if I did. So I can come back to this to get the stars. I'm just right now going to be farming the gear and the forge materials. Like, Seducer might be the only one to live here. Ooh, he didn't counterattack. That's 4 hits. Rough. She removed my buff. So this is the last stage I could push for. Next thing I'll get is 150k energy. And now, so say I jumped, like I can go back there to do, but see here, like I do have Bellower. I have 2 Bellowers. So like this team, when I go in here, I have 2 of this guy. Now he's a great support. He's a very, very good support. He has shield and ally protect. So these are the things you want in a support for Faction Wars. Now I don't know if I need to bring 2 of them, but we're going to. And then Bellower, same thing. And then this guy, what does he do again? It's 2 single targets with a decreased defense. I'm looking for, this is what I'm looking for. Attack all enemies on his A1. Ignore defense on his A2. He does hit decently well too. Like people are using him on their spider team, so early on you can stack heavier with attack champions. You also get this guy from campaign, which he's nice. He's got an attack all enemies and increased crit rate on his A2, and you can book him just solely from farming him over time. So he's an option too, Rocktooth. But so we're first going to go to our highest level, Mycolith. Now I could do this. I don't want to waste medium potions though, so we're just going to 2-star, give him a little more health. I'm going to hope they all hit the not his A1. So that's bad news. It's all good. I'll just book him. It's fine. I know I'm going to use him, so he's fully booked now. Now, I don't know. Let me check the shield set. Maybe I'll put a better one on him, which I do have here. I'll throw, even though I don't, like, crit rate on him, for instance, isn't going to do me much good. But I'll do this. I'll put these larger ones on him. It'll make him really tanky. And then here, we're going to go to filter, and we're just going to look for speed boots. And then we're going to look for a set that's not, like, too important. But we want more defensive stats on it. Like this one here is a good example. Like it's not something I'm going to keep, but I can roll this up to 8, and then I can put any weapon on him. Doesn't matter, but I will look for something that's more got HP or support stats on it. Speed and HP are kind of what I would want, so maybe I'll go in here, HP %, speed. As you can see, the options dropped. But I do have a nice 6-star piece here. This one as well. This one is more what I'm looking for. It's all defensive stuff. So I can, like, even if I want to go, because it's free to remove gear now. Like if I can go get this later, I'm not going to leave it on him. And I just burned my silver, sadly. Forge Pass though. Bam, bam. We want to keep doing Forge Pass things, getting our levels up. So as you can see, I just got a whole bunch of Forge Pass stuff. This Mage Steel lets me keep crafting. Just use Claim All and get all this stuff. As you can see, more material. The big thing I'm excited to get next are these rings and these amulets. And then when we get to the juicy stuff happens when we get here, like the 19, and start getting into this stuff. This will be like tomorrow, next day or so. Here you can see 50, like I can get 3 more levels from there. This will start in 5 days, so I should have these 5, which is 6 levels, done in the coming days. And then the week 3 ones, the missions should be open. I always check your shop here. Sometimes there can be good gear in here. I'll use one refresh just to show, hope rather, that it would get something. Nothing crazy, but you can find good stuff there. Clan shop as well have a nice amount of energy here, which is great. You always want to be doing like as many clan missions as you can. And during a CVC, you can get lucky sometimes that your clan's high enough level, you'll get enough clan gold here to get the legendary book. So just always keep an eye on that. I would suggest waiting for the legendaries until you're further into the game or mid-game, because they take a lot of clan gold. Like this is 10,000 because you need 100 of these, right? And then same thing here. This is 15,000, so it's 25,000 to get those 2 champions. You can only get 5 a week. Where early on, these 2 things are super valuable to you as an early game player. And then same with the rare books, like all 3 of these kind of, and then it'll go same with these accessories, the revenge accessories, 5 and 6 star. It's an early way to get 5 and 6 star gear. Okay, go. But yeah, also these rank charms are very valuable. This will give you 10. These are very valuable for when you're forging. Down the road, if you get into it, you want to eventually move clans at least once, because you want to get into... The biggest thing you want is these to be open. So you want to find a level 12 clan. And for level 12, you need to be level 17. So you're looking for a level 17 clan, ideally. Here, always check this is your 3v3 arena. You always want to be getting these every day. Get them as soon as possible. Gear Enhance, we've got some energy there too. I think my energy's overcapped. No, it's refreshing. Nice. We're almost able to get these 2 things with the champ training coming up. That's going to be great. Can I make a relic yet? Almost. So, relics, you would get 100 of these and then drop them in here. And then you would make from this set here, is the current one. Where's the current one? I think they're the event ones. So the index goes standard, Chimera, event, and these are the old event ones as well as the new ones. The newer ones are always on the very bottom. So these are all the new ones here. Even these rare ones are really nice for early game. Yeah, and that's why I did buy the Slayer Pass, Waleed. It is, like, if you're playing the game and you're planning to play for a long time, every 3 months, this specific battle pass will be, or forge pass will be available, which is the Slayer set. It is the #1 set, I would say, to get this. The #2 being the... It's a coin toss between Righteous and the Ally Protect one. But I would say this and the Ally Protect one are probably the 2 best ones, because it heals you as well. So it's really great for your support champions. I just forget the name of it. So, out of all these champions, these 2 would be massive for my account. I need supports though, and this guy being a faction guardian, let's throw him in here and see if we get lucky, because I believe in you guys. I have all the belief in the world that this is not... Right now, we're going to get to 75. Hellborn Sprite is a great rare to get, so not too cheesed. This guy is not a great rare to get. I'm probably going to get 3 rares. But that puts us 3 rares closer to a legendary. That's how I look at it. Going into... I've got a spreadsheet going for this account, so I'm just keeping track of all my shards. I'm keeping track of all my... as well as where I am each day. I show it at kind of like middle day while we're playing, so... My bad, sorry, we're at 60. Ancient Shards open, 19 Void Shards, 2 Primal Shards, and 4 Sacred Shards. 60, 79, 1. We've opened 85 shards total. So let that sink in too. I've opened 85 shards. Bolster set, thank you, Xarth, yeah. What the Ancient Shards will do is they will eventually... You'll get champions over time that'll be great for your... what's what I'm looking for? So I've already got 50 for him. 40 for each of these. Sorry. They'll be good for your faction wars, is what I was trying to get out of my mouth. We're trying to say with words. Arena, gotta do 1 more arena battle. Keep just refreshing arena, and you're looking for 1-man teams, more like this one, versus the mythical guy there. You don't really want to fight him. Now this team is pretty difficult because it's got an arm on, so you do need... It's fully ascended. You do need to look at what you're going to fight. None of these other teams look very viable, especially this Allah's team with the Tiger guy, this one with the Salamander. Like, looking at all these Ascensions, it's going to be a rough go. I don't want to waste the key. This one is possible. So maybe I can win here if my Cheshire Cat's fast enough. He was not. Tholin retaliated. Cheshire is now retaliating. He got his veil to protect himself, so that was nice. He turned the battle around there. So you don't need to collect energy right away. Boss here. Verpi, you've been fed. You're fine. Don't give me that. As well, when you gotta run things like the boss here, you can go. You're like, oh, I want to do Ogryn Faction Wars. So you'll go to Faction here and select Ogryn, and you can throw in, take these guys out, throw in the ones you're going to throw into Faction Wars, and just level them up a little bit since you have to do the runs anyway for your daily, even if there's no training mission on. 23k team with Narma on. Yeah, you should be able to beat that. Oh, you're saying there was one? I'll have to go back and look. I definitely could beat that. You just hit 1 week on free to play, but 1 week gift doesn't work. Sometimes Noble, it takes like day 8 or 9 to for it to function. I'll quickly, I don't know if you've looked at the other promo codes, but I'll quickly list a few off for you here in chat. The main one you want to try to use today then would be Raid Brotherhood 5-star chicken. Raid in review 2025 if it still works. Was it AMG 25 was one. Welcome gift gives you Bellower. What other ones are still active right now? The Grim Forest code doesn't work. The Predator code doesn't work. The what was the other one we had a couple days ago? There's Win Midgame Winter. Win Midgame Winter. I think those are the 5 active ones currently. Ooh, attack and... So even though this is 4-star piece, right? We got max roll, attack, and speed, so this is worth keeping for sure. And then these guys got a couple more levels into them, so that'll be better for Faction Wars push. I'm going to leave these energy refills for when I need them. Weekly, I think I do get a... No, we don't get an Ancient today. And we're going to be on day 12. I missed 3 days of logging in, so that's why I'm behind on that. Magic keeps open as well, so for the fusion, I do need to stack up these. You need 50 large ones, so or 60. Sorry, you need a lot going on here. You need, I think, 60 or 75 of these. I think it's 40 of these, and then you need 240 of the small ones. So you do need to waste some energy in the Magic Keep for this for the epics. Back into Faction Wars while we're waiting. So as you can see here, I'm going to get some silver, and I'll probably get this energy too, or at least be closer to getting to it. So that's how the team's going to look. And when I go here, I already put gear on him. Bellower is who we're going to gear out next. I don't have any void. I can't ascend him more than the once. We can farm that on Sunday. But let's get some damage gear on him. It doesn't have to be crazy. It just needs to get his attack up. Or he's a defense champ, isn't he? No, it is attack based still. It's funny he's listed as a support when he's so damage focused. So I would just do this, right? And then we're going to start looking for something like that. And that. I'm just trying to get set bonuses on him. So these boots and helmet. That overall just gets his damage up a little bit because it's an AoE. I don't have much silver right now, so I can't roll all of this up. I can probably get these boots to 12. My mission for Arbiter, I think, is getting 1 to 16, so I hope this failed. But, yeah. I can go in here and sell some of this down the road. But, yeah, he's set up now. He can pretty much clear the faction for us. He should be able to get through those first few stages, no problem. Now, if I did have a problem, I could put Cheshire Cat's gear on him, which I might just do on the other Bellower. This guy as well, we'll get some... You can use this set to the Frost set. It freezes attackers, so I just don't have enough of it. Now shield set, we're going to move another one here because he's a single target guy. We could look at, like, is there any stun set that I'm just not going to use? So even though these are high 6-star gloves, can't rework them. So I'm going to throw these on there. This one here. Then let's look for a weapon we can throw on him there. That should be fine. Now he's got a bit of stun. Now he's got a bit more purpose in the early fights. Now we're looking for, do we have any mix sets with chest and shield? We're not going to use this for anyone else, so we'll throw that on him. And then we're looking for a shield. That one's great. So this just rounds him out to stay alive. And then our second support here, because he's a healer, we can look for heal. Also, I have this chronophage piece just sitting here, giving him some resistance would be nice, so we'll do that for stat buffing, or stat boosting, rather. These HP boots I'm not going to really use. Same with some of this other stuff, I'm just going to kind of throw things on him to stay alive. I do want to be a little bit faster, because he's going to be healing people. And yeah, we'll just do that. Now we just look for a random shield, and then we're all done. This one's fine. Just sitting there floating by itself. So now he's alive. And then this guy, I always lock champions I'm going to move good gear onto, just in case. We're going to go into here, try on Cheshire Cat's gear, and we're just going to leave, like, doesn't matter that we're taking her chest, but he'll get all this other gear back. So we just put a preset on that, and then that way, when you go in, this is still that, right? Yeah. Did we get anything out of here yet? It's all energy. We are going to get some potions. These help a lot to get these guys up. And then here, hopefully we get the gems, or we get the shard. And we go back into Faction Wars. And now we should be able to get through all 6 stages, no problem. Oh, you got Slayer speed boots? Oh, congrats. That's the dream. So as you can see, little to no effort. And they're going to get me 6 wins in a row. Both Bellowers have AoE attacks, so they're just going to kill everything for the most part. I need 700 more points on Ice Golem. Yeah, I know it's tight. It's on my main account too. So the team takes a minute and a half, which is too long. But I don't want to. It's a hard. I'm doing hard 5 right now. I might drop it to hard 1 if it doesn't get more points. I think I'm getting a lot of things I don't want, and that's why. It's like it's not getting gear every run, and that's what's causing problems. So as you can see, I'm already on stage 5. They've been less than like 30 seconds. Cleared every wave. Not many of these guys. This is the first time someone survived the double bellower hit. And with the shield set, you see like no damage gets through. Nothing happens. Thankfully they killed him, because he's annoying. And there's the stun set working. 2 people got stunned there. Now we will not be able to kill the boss. So keep that in mind. You're not getting past the boss stage, not with this team. This team could easily do it. It's just they aren't geared to do it. That would be a gear check I would fail. I'm at 1494. Okay. So that's probably all the stars I'll get, but as you can see here, got 2 rewards out of that. This is 150 energy I don't want to collect. So I got 18 here and 15 new stars, so that's 39 new stars, or 29 new stars, just by moving gear around and using some brews. And then I just got to move this main gear back to Cheshire Cat. I'm going to try the boss just to, for kicks. It probably won't win. But if you can see all my crypts right now, I have 18 stars on most of them. 2 of them I have 35 stars, because I have the champions to actually push those crypts. But until you get a bigger roster, getting the 18 stars or even 15 stars early on is... it's big because it's free resources. That's how you got to think of it. It's like the books for your rares. It's some energy. It's a bunch of. It's about 1 million silver so far I've gotten, if not 2 million silver. This guy revives, so you want to always target him versus his supports. Now, as you can see, these guys are not going to survive this. They do not do enough damage, even with the good gear on. It's just a matter of they aren't set up for success here. We tried though just for kicks. We'll go back to stage 6 here. You put super raids on, and then we'll run to attacks. Hi, Yarpy. And anyone who's doing the missions for our friend here, what's his name? Going for the fusion is what I was trying to get out. You want to make sure you're paying attention to Ice Golem. I'm going to drop down to normal 20 and just put a 30-second theme in there. Because these 2-minute runs, it's taking like 1.5 to 2 minutes on hard, and it's too long. Again, I've XR'd, and everyone else I've left the one of the missions for a fusion to the last second, so I'm on the razor's edge. But see these materials here? This is what we're after. These stone materials are even good for silver farming if you're just getting the rare ones. And they're also great for CVC points. What, Yarpy? Where are you? Hi. Yeah. Who's getting those scratches? Who's getting the scratchy scratch? Oh, Yarpy gets that shoe. I'm holding my cat Yarpy right now, so just give me 1 sec. You're okay. Oh, you're already done? No, you're still doing your super purse. You're good. Hey, WGD, how you doing? Even, and make sure you use every key. Do not let these like one keys linger. Always get like a 1-star glyph. You're lacking. I can't do a super. Get in there. Again, these are all like level 10, 17, 11, 24. Like none of them are like maxed out. This is all just shield set bonus, doing work for you. That's done. Now I can go in here and do the same thing. Now since she's doing our damage, I would go to this same thing preset. And I'm going to move over Cheshire. This is Cheshire Cat's gear. My cat is trying to knock over their food. 1 sec. Oh, it's going good. We're at dungeon stage 13 area on most of the dungeons besides Spider. I haven't really pushed Spider. We're at stage 10 on Spider. We have gotten all our free sacred shards. We are currently pushing Faction Wars. We're at around 210 stars done in Faction Wars, give or take. we are doing, we can 3-key hard clan boss day 15. So now we're going to be moving into making a, like, buffing our team for brutal team on the next champ training. For doing the fusion, we've only missed one event, so I have to do 2 summon rushes, which is going to be really hard. So that'll be painful to figure out how to, that'll get sorted. And we have the Forge Pass, so we're leveling that up. We're at level like 11, 12 area right now. And yeah, all is good. We've got some nice gloves on Cheshire Cat. Slayer 60% attack gloves, rolled attack for Ascension, double hit crit damage, and has crit rate on it. So it's, I think it has speed on it too. Like, it's a really good set of gloves. Also an attack percent chest. Alright, so we cleared stage 6. Restart it. Now we rock and roll 2 more. Yeah, the summer rushes are gonna hurt. I'm gonna need like 4,000 mystery shards. Do you like your treats? Is that what you're after? Breakfast? I'm just getting a coffee. I'll be 1 second. There you go, kids. Lights out. You guys need to get some sleep. Alright, I'm back. I was just getting a coffee. To be honest, I could or couldn't. Yeah, I'm hoping it's Titan for the soul. Got some speed glyphs. And that's why we do this. We're in the game for speed. Because think of it this way. That's 7 minimum speed adding to any champion. That's how you got to think about your glyphs. Nice. So this team wrecks this stage of Fire Knight. And we're going to go run that. I'm probably going to have to get more multi-battles. Son of a bee. But it's doing 38-second runs, which are much faster. At least Gear Hunter's progressed. I've done the whole top row of Gear Hunter. My Ice Golem is such a pain. I've done the whole top row of Gear Hunter and I'm still not done Ice Golem. Usually you get less Gear Hunter points, but like the Ice Golem points you'd get more. Change is coming. Man, I wish I could throw some Deftones on right now, but cannot throw any music on. Oh yeah, I can upgrade one of my things. Change. Potion. Fractions. Man, Sand Devil upgrades cost a ton, so does Curse City. Just for live arena stuff, they cost so much. Good enough. At least it's running much faster now. But 40 minutes, I mean, it's gonna be tight for me to finish it. So 3 speed glyphs, like that's what we're in the game for, speed glyphs. So that's great. And what we got to remember to do is what you got to really remember to do is you go back to your Cheshire Cat, or your champion you took the good gear from, and make sure you put it back. Fitting room presets. So put that back on, and we'll get rid of that chest. Take off. So now this puts his gear back on. Nope. I really do need to get this fully maxed up, because like that's another 14% attack. It's significant, to say the least. And gear enhance. This is more energy. We can kind of claim the energy now because we are going to go back into other areas of the game. Chase hub as well. Always keep an eye on your, because like this is still the xenomorph one that's going for ascension here. Now, if you don't want to collect anything off of here, and you're on a computer, you can hit R, which will open up the shop. And then you click up here to the top right, and you can click like Arena, for instance. And now it won't have collected that energy vial. You can't leave it there forever, though. So any accounts that didn't collect Xenomorph by a certain date, for instance, they get left high and dry. Because it changes it to Shaman date after the 8th. Like, so you always have to pay attention, at least for the champion, to collect the champion before the date of the final day of that champion's login path. I just wanted you all to see and experience the delightful fun that there is the Predator. I at least beat this one, but that's because he's got bad gear. Like if I fight this one, I'm gonna lose. That one I'll lose. This one I'll 100% lose. This guy's hitting his account age. What he has, a mythical. I wonder what that feels like, pulling a mythical that early. Stupid gore grab. Leave my Cheshire Cat alone. Black Jessica's dead. His gear is not great yet, so just keep that in mind. Now we're going to watch Yacht go off about 50 times. See, overall, yeah, we lost, but I just wanted to show. That's why I'm not just fighting all the teams on the page. I have a steady lead in 3v3 Arena, but it could always be more. It could always be higher. I do not want to lose this tournament. Which event have you missed on the Fusion? I missed the Dungeon Diver, the gear. What the hell they changed the name to? Gear Hunter. So I missed the first Gear Hunter by like 80 or 280 points. I woke up. I'd fallen asleep, and I woke up too late to have enough time to finish it. I'm not going to find anything else on the page. Are we able to use the Bazaar yet? 50 minutes. So, I'm going to go here. Our friend Azio here. I've thrown some gear on him. Nothing crazy. I don't want to level... So, the other reason I haven't leveled him, and while I am leveling these instead, is that second allure is the second allure is for a Fire Knight team. So I pulled both allures. I got one from the login, and then the second one I pulled. Yeah, missing 200 points, it hurt. WGD hurt a lot. Because it was live. We watched me lose it live. It was painful. I set an alarm to wake up with 3 hours left, because I figured 3 hours is enough time to finish it, right? And I didn't. I woke up instead at an hour and 10 minutes left. So it was far too tight to get it done. You can sit on my leg, but you cannot sit on my arm. I need my arm, okay? So I can take that. Our gems are, like, rebuilding nicely. My gems were down to, and she goes on the arm anyway. Just move your butt. There. Chase hub. So see, the energy is still here. And Azio, we're going to get energy tomorrow, so we keep that in mind. Multi-battles, extra hit on clan boss in a couple days. He's going to really... I think when I really will build him is when we get here. Because this is like when he becomes a whole other monster, is getting this soul. And we'll also have these 3 pieces of gear, which might be great for him, so... No, I didn't. I finished the champ chase by the skin of my teeth. As you can see, we're rebuilding shards here, but we had... what happened was we got the... What let us finish it was this. See how the dungeons one's missing? We finished the dungeon one, which gives you a sacred shard. So we used 800 gems to reopen the potion keeps that we didn't have, or I think it was 600, sorry, to reopen these 3 potion keeps on the void day. And so I grinded all of them to get level 13 done on all of them and get the missions done. And then we went over here and we pushed Fire Knight and had to manual it till the last second and then hit it auto to finish auto. And then we did this with this team here. And yes, you can see I pulled Black Tusk, so that's the only legendary I've pulled, but that's a great pull. Got him from a Prism Shard. The rest of our roster has been login, and then from the 85 shards we pulled so far. The thing about this fusion that is a nice silver lining, and also Madam Serris wasn't the free one that's in the link code in the description. She was my 10th Void Shard. I got her as an epic, so that's a hell of an epic to get. This guy is amazing. So, like, he should have 5s top to bottom, except for, like, Sand Double, maybe. He's the biggest champion in the game, by the way. Like, model-wise, he's freaking huge. He's a behemoth compared to the other champions. Like, look at him compared to Allure. And Turtle. Allure. Turtle. And we look at this guy. Jizza. What a name. And Turtle. Big Dwarf. This dwarf's pretty big, right? Turtle. Overall, here's what our roster is so far. I know people don't like Vala, but Vala's actually a pretty solid pull. She answered a lot of, like, filled a lot of holes that we had in that faction. I will include all vaults. So let's hide the rares for a second. Whoops. Just want epics. So legendaries, we have login. So I did start this account on December 23rd or 4th, like Christmas area, just to make sure I got Xenomorph. But we didn't start playing until January 1st. So we got Xenomorph, like, literally neck of time, and then we got the energy, and that was it. Because then it becomes Shaman Chase. But luckily for us, because we got the Xenomorph, it kicks into his soul still, so I still have time to get his soul. Here, and then Black Tusk. So I only have 5 legendaries, 4 of which were free. And then when we get rid of those and go into our epics, we have Miscreated Monster, Allure, and Venomage from the referral link down in the description. They come with Tholin. Madam Serris we pulled from her 10th Void Shard. These 2 were from Prism Shards. She was from the Starter Pass. We pulled him from a Sacred. He was also a Sacred, I believe. She was from Ancients. She was from a Sacred. She was from Ancients. She was from the Prism Shard as well. This was our last, our 4th Sacred. We got a second Allure. The rest of the champions here were from, except for these two, were from Prisms too. The rest, no, sorry. So it was all three of these were from Prisms, and then we've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 or 6, I think 6 epics from Ancients, and the other 4 from Sacreds, and then the other ones were obtained through other things. Tusk is insane. Oh yeah, Black Tusk. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, it's the first time my main account doesn't have any of the Unity champions outside of Leonardo, so having him on this one, I mean, we're playing this account the whole ride. This is the whole year, if not more. Okay, you can't just. You have dagger claws, okay? You can't just sit here and keep pop clawing me, okay? There you go. You wanna sit? You wanna see? Say hi to stream. Tell me you got your rough and tough fight. Got a chunk of your eyebrow out. She lost a chunk of fur on her eyebrow, so she's got like a shaved eyebrow look going on. Her one sister got into like a pretty heated scrap. I came home, so I mean, like, I would have put the other one in I would have put them in separate rooms if I knew they were fighting. But it happened while I wasn't here. You're being a big suck. Hey, morning, Dex Chief. Yes, so be aware, this account total has had a budget of about $170 US, 160, 170. For me in Canada, that's about 200. So that is the over budget right now by $50. Because we took that from the February budget to make sure we got the Forge Pass. And then your claws are crazy, Cat. Jesus. Gotta clean your claws. I'm gonna have to trim these. Holy. You've got little daggers going on. Just get back in the spot you were. Look. Ice Golem, 37 minutes. I'm gonna keep you guys up to date. So I'm at 37 minutes left. I'm at 1,800 out of 2,200 points. I need 400 points. It is doing 30-second runs now, so hopefully it gets it done. I'm at 300 energy. So I gotta keep an eye on that, make sure it doesn't run out. Alright, I'm overcapped on energy here now. Gear Hunter, we have energy too. So do we have anything to do here? I mean, I could still do Ice Golem for 30 minutes, maybe try and get this Ancient Shard. It's 300 points, I'm not going to get 300 points. What am I at for the tournament? Yeah, I can't catch these guys. So Ice Golem's kind of a waste. Tag Arena, 7 minutes. I'm 500 ahead, so it looks like I'll win. Check normal arena again. Can't fight yet. Same thing here. Clan boss. Oh, we do have a key waiting. Whoops. Clan boss, we can do. This is done. That's done. I might as well just do easy and get the free stuff. Morning. Morning. Thanks for all the new subs, by the way, guys. We're at 270-ish area, on the way to 300. So it's gonna be nice to hit 300 because I'm only 200 away from 500, which is the goal, to get to 5. I have to get to 5, and then I can start doing daily streams. I know I'm already doing daily streams. That means I can jump in and do video editing too, and start doing clips and stuff, make long form videos. I'm a big advertising wall for Boozer, Volkin, Cruisin, all different stages of the game, and Bronco. Bronco and Cruisin are more endgame, where you've got Boozer, who's more like mid-game to endgame for the way he handles his coverage. and he does try to show free to play, but he does get a heap of stuff from player and play rewards, so you have to keep that in mind when he says he's free to play, that he's getting like about $2,500, like anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500 worth of supplies they give him for free each month. He does show 2 different accounts though. He does have a free to play account that gets nothing, so when he's on that one's totally free to play. He's a good advocate for resource management, and then I would say Ash is pretty solid because he does just hard cover, and he has like a lot of ins with his hooks in the company, like that he covers a lot of stuff when it comes out. But yeah, Volkin has been massive for, I feel, new player accounts in the last 2 years, especially the last year and a half, up to year now. He is covering all the new promo codes. He's starting new accounts every time there's a new referral link. He's covering the ins and outs and good and bad of like those starts. Like he covered TUHANARAK and why it was good. Like, you know, it's so good with Narma and everything, but even with that, he's still like, you know what, I am gonna start. He started a Cheshire Cat account. He started another one with what's his face as well. I'm trying to think of the character's name, but there was a new one that just dropped, and he started covering that. Cat, Jesus, knock the sketchbook over. Why don't you? What you did, okay. You really laid your paw down, you know? Paw's the law. But yeah, 7 minutes left. Doom Tower, we got to stage 30. We can't really get past the Nether Spider right now. Best teams, like we don't really have a lot of... Clearly don't have a team like this. Or like this even, like to like handle provoking and like giving shields. I think when Black Tusk has proper gear, he'll be able to help do it. These 3 will be able to do it with you can turn meter control a little bit, but getting Madam Serris to 50 and then 60 is going to be huge. Probably have to reapproach that in the coming weeks. With energy cap though, I'm not going to jump into Doom Tower right now, but I will go back there for materials for the forging. In here, I could what I should actually do, yeah, that's a good thing to point out. Right now I'm in a bind, right? Like the Ice Golem term's about to end. I don't need more points from it. I don't have a new dungeon to really crawl besides the event dungeon, so for silver and just because I need these for the fusion, I should jump in here and just use my energy here to get potions. We can get the arcane potions down the road, but farming here is alright. So we're at 2,000 points out of 2250. I think we'll be okay. It's not looking like I have energy. Oh, I have 1 energy. Okay. I'm looking at my main account right now. I just didn't have any energy refills. I don't like using gems if I don't have to. I've only got 1,000 gems right now. Okay, clan boss reset has happened. First chest. Ancient Shard. 2 brews and 2 more brews. So 4 brews, Ancient Shard. Second chest. 5 gems and 5 medium potions of some faction. Third chest from Nightmare. First chest. We got gloves, brews, potions, nothing good. Gloves, brews, potions, nothing good on both. So Nightmare let us down, both garbage. Ultra Nightmare, Ancient Shards. That's 2 Ancient Shards and a Void Brew. 3 Ancient Shards, Epic Book. All useless gear. 75k silver. Feels bad, man. Okay. And... back to golem count, 31 minutes, and we're at 2,030. So I mean, like we need 150 points in that amount of time. I think we're good. We're A-okay. Okay, got a brew, sadly. Okay, so now we set this to like, I don't know, 25 and let it roll. The brews are the worst thing about doing these. They should not have anything but potions in these keeps because they take, like, they're only open each day. Like, you need the potions. These are the infuriating things in the game. Which time zone am I? It is 5:27 a.m. right now. I am in the, I think it's called GMT, like I'm in General Mountain Time. I'm in EMT or GMT, Eastern or General. GMT. GMT is, yeah, I'm in no, whoa, that's wrong. 10:30 a.m. No, EMT. Or EST, sorry, EST. Yeah, EST is what I'm in, which is UTC -5. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. Fun fact, did you know New York City and I think one other place in the world are the only reason we still have time zones? Or rather, why we still have daylight savings? Because everyone else wants to ditch it. Is what it is. What I can do too is update my raid stat sheet. Raid stats, KittyCut, 2026. January 14th. 2026. Login day, 15. Dragon, 15. Spider, 10. We should push Spider. 13 Ice Golem, 18 Arcane. Potion Keeps are all around 18, 20. Fire Knight, 13. 0 Sand Devil, 0 Iron Twins. Doom Tower, 30. Hard Doom Tower, 0. Curse City, 0. Grim Forest, 0. Monthly login, day 12. Ancient Shards, 0, 0, 0 on all the shards. Gem count, we're at what, like, it was 520, something like that? Ice Golem update, 28 minutes left. I'm at 2109 points out of 2250. The climb is real. Magic potions, medium. Razin, we were at 5. I think we're still 5 out of 16 on Razin. We're 5 out of 8 on Relic Keeper. 5 on 16 out of Lady Mikage. Broadmoss, 2 out of 4. Pretty much we have Broadmoss. We just need to go get the rares from campaign. Barrels, we had 356. My guess is we're in that ballpark. I'll update the barrel count, though. Books, we're going to go 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So I have kept track of all books. Going into today, I had 16 rares. I'm down to 0 for sure. I just put them into the faction champions. Epics, we're down to 0 as well. So all the books are at 0. Chickens, I'd have to get an update, but I think we're a little higher on chickens because we got the clan versus clan ones. So we should have more going to champ training. THOLIN /Link cat code. Yep. We have everything's I added to the description below. So the live should have the, it has the THOLIN link with the Miscreated Monster, Allure, and Venomage, which supports Heroes TV. He's a raid streamer. I would like my own code, I'm just not there yet. I like 1,500 more subs for them to even think about it. And the cat is from, yes, the promo code is down there. It's KittyCut, I think is what it is. But it's all linked below. just check the video description. It's down there. This game ain't cool anymore. Hey, Justin, 3-inch turkey. If you don't like it, you don't get to play it. That's how simple that answer is. It got worse with the sale. Oh, you mean like the new company running it? I think it got better for non-paid players with the sale. I think it got worse in regards. I mean, you got to look at which way. Like, what to you got worse? Like, you got to be specific, because like the Grim Forest, for instance, is the best thing they've added to the game since Doom Tower. All right, Justin, you can have a great day, my friend. Sorry, guys. I timed him out just for a day. If he does come back, he can come back. But Justin, you gotta chill. If you don't like the game, you don't gotta chew out the game. Chew them out on Twitter, not on my channel. Thank you. I don't normally time people out or delete things, but he was just popping off. Yeah, Justin, if you got an issue with Plarium and you're still here, all I'm going to say is that just, you know, go attack their X handle. Tell them what you want changed in the game. That's all you can really do if you're still trying to play. And if you don't play anymore, then move on with life. Take the energy that you're throwing at hating on them and, you know, put it into doing some, like, being creative for yourself. Make some videos, make videos on like what you want changed in the game. Make videos on what you want changed in gacha games. Make videos on YouTube. I believe in you. I think you can do it. You got a phone. You're able to talk and chat. You can definitely do it. So how does everyone feel about all the drama on the, or not drama, but the mixed perspective of the fusion? Because some people are saying it's crazy, and then some people are saying it's absolute trash. So it's just funny to see the disparity. You're right that Outrage gets clicks, but like I've noticed that the people like doing better coverage of her, those people have more views than the people who are just like kicking dirt at her. 75 fragments for new fusion. Deeper dive, which means more work. Yeah. Hey WG, welcome back. No, that's fair. I feel her purpose isn't very clear, if that makes sense. Like, she's not a Leonardo in terms of, like, she just ally attacks and is this Unity champion of amazingness. I feel like they skipped giving her a Unity buff, or at least one of them a Unity, like, kit set, for some reason. I don't know why they didn't. But there's no, like, they have the assassin passive instead of a kit set for Unity, so it's really noticeable that they aren't in the same ballpark of power as the turtles. And I think because they're so close to the turtles, because the turtles lasted almost 4 months, right? Like, it was a long collaboration. So I think because it was so long, the people that were playing and all the new players that came in for that, they really did like, it's just like the teeter-totter's so balanced the other way. Well, she'll clearly be used in Faction Wars, but outside of that, yeah, she's... I haven't even really dove into her kit to see what she does. I wanted to wait to get her to see. I haven't been paying attention outside of the 4 medium potions I saw. Have I been getting the large potions? Has anyone been noticing if I have or not? Because I'm looking more at chat than I am at the screen. Yeah, but it's not like it'll be out pretty soon. Yeah, so I'm just going by what they did last time. When they put the Sylvan Watchers out, they did the first one as a fusion, which I think was the speed lead one. I forget which one was the first one. But then I think it was within 3 months they dropped the faction. So I would suspect April area is when the faction will be out, like March, April. So keep that in mind for your pushes to get the Siren, Death Siren. Which is, I'm calling her that because of StarCraft 2, but what the hell's her name? Lydia. You've got 3 months clock going, basically, to get Lydia if you don't have her. Hey, we did get a superior. Nice. Only got 1, though, which is rough. WGD, it's you'd be surprised. It's actually not hard to get her if you've got enough champions for Faction Wars. The hardest thing is the roster, because you can just move good gear around now that they've, like, this is a now thing, not like 2 years ago could you have done this, but like now you can just move 5 gear sets around. But you'll need champions at least at level 50 to beat Faction Wars 21 on most stages. And you'll need at least one nuker, like AoE nuker, and then one really good support, like healer. Usually a cleanser of some kind as well. We got one big one. That's rough. Okay. I should have the little ones figured out, though, to be fair. We did our finished in first place. Nice. Which means we've got a lot of silver for energy. You got 5 days to get this, so make sure you do grab it before it resets, because it'll turn back into chickens. Here we go. 6 or 4. I get 4 legendary 6-star pieces. And materials. Now I'm screwed for the tournaments, though. I will not be able to finish first in a tournament. But we've almost got our first relic. Excited, excited. What do we have here? I have a 12-minute expire somewhere, yeah. How many arena? I gotta do 3 arena, then I can use that. Leonardo, come on, bro. Who is the team we beat with Predator? Teflar. I will waste 5 gems. I'd like to get back into gold. You don't. You'll get champs down the road. Like each month, you're gonna get about 40 to 80 ancient shards. You're gonna get, like, as long as you're playing the game. You have to be clearing different areas of the game to get those shards. Like, you know, working around those things. Adam the One. I don't want to fight you. Because you're hitting Ultra Nightmare for 200 million. What are you doing in friggin' Silver Arena? As a little cheat sheet for you, when you're looking at arena people, look at their Demon Lord. So this guy's like low-keying, right? So if I fight this guy, he might actually not be strong. But his easy, I don't think he's cared about... Okay, he doesn't have good gear on these champions. I was going to say, I don't think he cares about... Demon Lord, and some whales will do that. They'll hide. They'll like have a sneak account basically. Okay, I'm almost mega big boss. What are you doing? Ultra Nightmare 130. So like I just avoid anyone who's hitting Ultra Nightmare already. Nightmare 12. Maybe doesn't really have a damage dealer. No, so we want to go back. This is something the game does, by the way. It'll try to use your 5 refill before one of these. This is clearly going to expire faster, so it should have picked that one. So you got to keep an eye on that kind of stuff. Otherwise, you might just lose resources. Never let them take resources from you. Put your foot down. I'm not fighting that. This one. You returned 1 to 2 months ago. You just gotta look at what you have, and what you can do with what you have. Like, last year they gave... I mean, if you played all of last year, you pretty much got an insanely strong account. Like, all the free login champions were good. Starting with Alice the Wanderer, and then you got... Like, if you started in that month, you got Supreme Gaelic as your starter. And then you also got a legendary from a code. You then went into Ixidor, that calendar champion, ally attacker, single target reviver, big turn meter booster. And then you went into, like, if you were able to do the January fusion, it was what you would call it. Damn it. So right now, it's one of the champions you can get is Narma. She's kind of annoying. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, like the calendar guy, and then you got Lemonese, who's amazing. I remember when she first dropped, people were kind of like, she's not that good, but yeah, she's on the contrary, very good. You're starting with Tagoar and like other great epics. I just want to get into gold at this point. Nothing here I can really fight. And yeah, the who was after her? Then Michelangelo. Then I'm trying to think who else was after Mikey. Who's the login after him? Who was the login for the winter? Alien Xenomorph. So like huge champions for free. And on top of that, if you were able to get 1 or 2 of the fusions done, which you should have been, like, they had amazing fusions last year. Like 8 out of 12 were like top tier. Mad Hatter, Fabian. They're even that like March one, the Spirit Shadowkin arena gun, huge nuker. Can I kill this? No. Weird account. I'm not going to waste any more gems on refreshes, but I'm just about to get into gold, but nothing really I can fight there. I do want to get rid of these because they won't go away otherwise. Don't want to waste resources, but I'm kind of getting stronger teams. I have to wait for more people to attack me. Knock me down. Yeah, like, so last year, I mean, look at it this way. Here's the champions you got last year. If you were, let's say, 6 months into the game onward, you should have had enough resources to get all these. So, first, you would have had... He was a fusion. Best damage dealer in the game if you had Wixwell. Or a big shield champ. Next freebie, this was the fall freebie. Huge. Like taunt was like, and he has his passive party dude. This is very good. The evading, like a lot of things were introduced with him. And then you had, I don't think anyone else from here. High elves. There was anyone here? This guy was a fusion. I think it was from last year though. I don't think it was this year. Like, or well, I think it was 24, not 25 for him. This guy was added. He's insane, but I don't think he was... this guy was a fusion. A lot of people skipped him, but if you didn't have a bomb champion, he was a good option. He's not very loved or beloved, but he has a detonate ability, so he has a full bomb kit. It's just if you already had one, he didn't really do anything special for you. Barbarians. Armands. That's all you gotta say. And then also had... Who else here was from that period? Tuhanarak is like free still with the Desert Queen. Lizardman, you had Predator get added now, but last year would have been Donatello as a fusion. I swear there was someone else in there that was like fusion or something. Undead. I'm just clicking random factions. I'm just trying to point out. Xenomorph login free. Now he's impossible to get. Trying to think of who else was here. I don't think anyone else here was free. Okay, Demon Spawn. Free now, but... And then free eventually from Siege. Some people got her like immediately, as long as you're in a clan doing it. Anything here? Alice was login. April was a coalition event, so you got both those for free as long as you did stuff. You got him for Artur. That's what I was thinking. Not Ixalan. Artur was free. Yeah. And then she was the fusion last winter. Very good. Very good. No one there. Orcs. Crowcat. Crazy dog. And then you also got the dog boy back. You got Shayak back. So like he was like a path event around right after him. So 2 freebies there. He was free in the early winter, January through March. I think he actually went all the way into the summer. They put him as a promo code in the summer too. Demon we already looked at. Night Rev. Fusion free. Anyone else here? Currently, there's gonna be a way to get him for free. He'll probably be a tournament reward though, because he's void. Dwarves fusion free, good, very good. He was was he the? I swear he was a fusion last year. Granite as well. I think both of them were fusions. I just don't remember if they were both last year or he was like November the year before. But crazy combo, very good here. Shadowkin. Yeah, this guy, where is he? This guy here, good arena champion, nuker. Leonardo, if you save the shards, you got him for free. This guy was a fusion as well, Yukamasa. Another nuker. He's kind of like a weird kitted guy, but he does well. Because he has a unique ability. That's the biggest thing, is this defense equalizer. Part of his attack. And kit. Tholin, Granite. Yeah, thank you. It was Tholin. Tholin, it was Granite. Tholin and Granite. Thank you. And then for the Sylvan Watchers, Lebanese was login free. I don't think anyone else was free here. I think they did do a Podrick event. I don't remember. And then free currently, as long as you have stuff. Free if you've got stuff. All right. 100 points away from actually being able to click these. I can get it. I was gonna say they won't let me collect these forever, and we're just shy of getting the primal too. So that'll help a lot once the community gets the primal shard. I got a single ancient shard coming. If I can get these shards before Summon Rush, where is it? It's a long way away, never mind. I thought it was a little closer to get the Void Shard. So I'm going to get an Ancient, though, and this, so that's 220 for Summon Rush points. What can I do right now? Event Dungeon? And Arena. Can I upgrade you? Nope. Nope. Can't upgrade anything right now. Yeah, the multiplier. That was what I mean, though. Because I think it was saying I needed 1,500 points to do it, but it was like 14. Personal points, though, I did break past 1,500, so it was 1,500. But like, yeah, 1,400 was here, so I'm doing all right. Late 2025, yeah. And then what else can I do right now? We're still overflowed on energy. I can check on our clan boss rewards. What did we get for? We're still not getting great things out of here, but you know, some silver. Medium potions are actually huge. Medium and large potions. Boots sell. Nothing too crazy. Here, attack percent. I mean, I can keep that. I know it's normal, but we might get lucky. Crit rate on that. We'll keep both those. And then hard. Gloves bad. Gems good. Medium good. As you can see, though, this clan isn't killing these 4 bosses, so I do need to eventually go into a new clan after this CVC, because I also want to be in a clan that's doing siege and also taking down Chimera, because like there's barely anyone hitting Chimera here. I might be able to put some points up here with poison. I'll do that tomorrow and see how we do. But this clan's not hitting enough for me to stay in it. It's going to be tricky because I need to basically find a clan that's doing like the medium tier bosses, like hard for clan boss, but then also going down doing and making sure they're killing hard, brutal, and nightmare. I eventually will join an ultra nightmare clan. It's just I'm not there yet. Here we can. Let's do the event dungeon. I do want more of that gear, so. He did kill us, I think, last time we ran that one. Okay, so I'm going to leave. I'm going to turn Super 8 off, and I'll leave 7 of these running. I just got to run and change my laundry. I will be right back. Sorry about that, I'm back. There's a lot of laundry to switch. Alright, rip energy. No, I wanted energy. Got decent stuff, like this is Night Rev. Decent. Gloves, crit damage, attack, defense, this is useful. Only 2 Chronophage Peaches, so it's like a 1 in 8, looking like chance. I did a bit of the event dungeon for the coalition points. Because outside of, like doing this here, got it flipped once. Chase hub, I have energy here too, I'll take that. I'll use that now. 42, so we're 70%. We can finally open some souls, and that's going to be big. I am going to open them right away. I'm hoping to get soul, so we have 75 of this material too. I'm hoping to get souls for words. I'm hoping to get soul for, like, if I get super lucky, Cheshire, Black Tusk, any of these 3 would be great. Just to get a smite in there. Yeah. I haven't had any shard crazy luck, so out of here, like no legendaries out of these yet. So I am hoping we will get some soul luck, would be nice. Ezio, we are going to build up and all that once, probably in 2 weeks time once we have his 5-star soul. Because right now it just doesn't make sense to commit to throwing like things on him that I'm going to take away. I just don't have the gear I would want for him right now anyway. This may sound weird, but I'm thinking I might throw this on him for the speed. The immutable is not going to do much, it's more support set, but the other option would be just lacing him with the perception set for now. But I just haven't gotten accuracy on any weapons. The chest as well, it's just a defense chest. I need an attack chest or an accuracy chest. Nothing here. Yeah, just gear-wise, we just don't have what he would want. I've just thrown these 2 pieces on him here. These gloves are really good, actually. And then this rolled okay, like 1 in 1, so 20 accuracy is better than none right now. These we can roll up once we have some silver. We're only at like, what, like, yeah, 250,000. We can't upgrade anything here yet, but we're getting there. Can't do that entire page. I'm hoping I can do this here. This guy went through the whole trouble of doing Corrosive Wixwell, so he's definitely just burning arena. This we can maybe beat, and he's already got her. Maybe he pulled her? He had to have pulled her. I love that Cheshire Cat will kill this before he gets his walk across the back. It's kind of funny watching him walk there and the champion's already dead. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone else who can really fight here. He got Wixwell, Ultra 150. That's what Wixwell does for you. I'm just about to hit gold, so I will waste 1 refill, but it was worthless, because this is all not possible to beat. Or, no, I can beat this guy. Okay. Fingers crossed. Hit Cheshire Cat pretty hard. Oh, and they're all dead. Gold! Arena has been achieved. I can hope junk down here, because I have not been getting lucky with team lineups. This being low gold 1, I'm hoping I'll waste 5 fine. I've wasted 25 gems. I really don't want to waste any more. But being on the line for gold arena, I do have to just kind of push. It's midweek. Like, arena shouldn't be this stacked. Thank God there's not loaded with Predator, but I still can't deal with a lot of these. Like, there's 4 6-stars in almost every team. I'm not going under 500. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. That might beat me. 56 to 56. I really got to get some points up on the board, because if I do lose one of these like battles, I will fall like 3 battles worth of points. Down. Nice. That when you get a team that's like in the bottom one, it's actually really good. You get a lot of materials. So also arena is how you get the mage steel. So getting these ones down here, see how I get 13 classic arena points versus up here I get 6. So when you get these teams that are 1-star, it's really nice, and it's based on the account level, so that's why they get tossed down here. It's account level and then the power of their team. I don't know if I can beat that. Same with this. Same with that. Hey Daniel. Oh, absolutely. I play Helldivers once a week with my friends in Vancouver, in BC. I play, that's Helldivers 2. I play RV There Yet and some other like multiplayer games like Abound and stuff. We play those with a group of friends once a week. I play Path of Exile 2 with the same group of friends that I play Abound with, and RV There Yet. We played Void Crew, a couple other like multiplayer games. We've played World of Warcraft Hardcore. We played Turtle WoW. We played a couple other things together. I just don't do it on stream. I've tried multi-streaming on this channel with like other games, just doing like Toe in the Water. It didn't go well. Like viewer count was really low, so. When your channel's kind of known for one game, it's really hard to switch over. Tim wants me to jump on Arc Raiders. I've been meaning to buy it. It's just I work 3 jobs, so it's right now I'm about to go down to 1 job for 2 weeks. So it would be my best window to play it, but it's also my tightest money window. So buying that game, I should have got it on sale over Christmas, but I didn't. But I am excited to play it. It looks very fun. A lot of my friends have been picking up as well. I played Marvel Rivals as well. I used to play Dota 2 a lot. I used to play... I like multiplayer games. MOBAs kind of brought out the worst in friends, though. So did shooters. I don't really play shooters much anymore. Helldivers is a little different because it's like bugs and monsters and stuff. Starship Troopers-esque. But I find that PvP shooters, unless you're playing with like a good group of friends who want to take it seriously, or the opposite, they take it for fun, then you end up with people fighting and arguing and getting mad, and they take it a little too to heart. So like my roommate was playing Battlefield and he asked me to play. I'm like, no. He's like, why not? I'm like, because I can hear you screaming on the microphone at people. I'm like, I don't want that back in my life. I'm good. I don't need to scream at like a team of a 12-year-old, a streamer, 2 guys who play the game, 80 hours more a week than I do, and then myself who might be mid at best at it because I haven't played it yet. So that's all it is. Like, my shooter era for games was Battlefield, or I'm sorry, Battlegrounds, Battle Royale, all the early, like, drop-in game, like, that framework of games. I forget the name of it. But you know what I'm talking about, like, oh, why is it on the tip of my tongue? All the drop-in shooter games, like the Last One Standing, where the arena's shrinking, like that framework of game. Also played a bunch of RTS and MOBAs. I played a bunch of my other shooter era, like my main shooter era was Quake, and like Quake 3 and 4, and also what the hell's the name of the other one? Unreal Tournament. So that's how far back I go with, like, I used to play in tournaments back then. You win like $100. The most I ever won was a computer for winning one of the tournaments, but that was like just like local. Won like a laptop. To give you an idea how long ago that was, it was when Pentium 7 chips were new. Oh yeah, PvP shooters, like, reaction time's everything. It's also your internet speed, right? If you're not wired in, you're playing on Wi-Fi, you're toast. But there's three things that come down to shooters, and this goes true back to even like the 90s days of like in the early 2000s when I'm talking about like playing Quake and stuff. It goes to GoldenEye even, like on N64. How well you know the level equals how well you play the game. So when you know where every corner and hiding spot and you've run around that map 200 times, you know you can turn left, shoot, and kill someone. Like, you know exactly where to aim and look. So this guy has no gear on, by the way, the Gallop. So it's kind of funny that he's surviving. Ooh, the frog. He'd be a good pickup. I should be able, yeah, I was going to say I should be able to get these now. Faction War is done. Energy here, too. Okay. Again, I'm going to go back. I got to do the potion keep. Like, I need so many of these. I don't even think we can do one champion right now. I would keep pushing, but I think as soon as we tried this, it did not go well. Do like 8. But yeah, Daniel, that's the main reason that's why I play like I like games like tower defense games. Oh, I used to love tower defense games. I used to play Clash of Clans on my phone. Like we were in like billions of points and gems and stuff. We were in such crazy clans. But that was like 2012 through 15 area. Like it was. What's funny is this: a bunch of girls played it at my work. Like all the servers and bartenders, they played Clash of Clans. It was kind of funny that like people in chat, like can, like, cause you used to be able to flame each other in the game. So like people would be like referring to our clan as like bro and stuff like that. And it's just like you're losing to girls, man. You're losing to girls who just like are crushing at this game. And if they ever said they were girls, then no one believed them. So it was always funny. But they all just loved like jumping on a game and playing together, and they would just laugh at the comments. But yeah, we played that, and what else did we play? Tower defense game, just like, you know, just dropping towers down and trying to stop waves. Like sadly, a lot of those tower defense games have become pay to win. Like you have to buy stuff and resources, which is stupid. Like they all used to be, they were so fun, just to like jump in one of those. I really enjoy the Vampire Survivors like style games as well. Oh, there was one game I wanted to try because some guy took like Vampire Survivors, added like a card aspect to it and an RTS aspect. It looked like such a chaotic game. It was like a solo dev, or like 3 devs that made it. It was like $9 on Steam. I have it on wishlist. Like I'm gonna pick that game up so fast. Like it looks like such a fun game. I'm really excited for Dino Blade. It's in beta. I've been watching that Instagram artist for like almost a year and a half, where he just started like goofing around making like Devil May Cry-esque like dinosaur fighting game kind of thing, and then like everyone loved it so much he got enough money like kickstarted to like actually go make it. So it's about to drop later this year. Looks like such a fun game. It's called Dino Blade. It's a Souls-like dinosaur fighter. So all the bosses are giant dinosaurs. And someone tried to copy his game. They made a really shitty version. So luckily, like, people pretty much are aware that Dino Blade... Oh, the vampire game? Let me... Because there's Vampire Survivors, but let me look at my wish list. Store wish list. I have a lot of things on my wish list, so this will take a sec. If it's in order, sort by date added. Thank you. Ball X Pit is the name of the game. So here's the game I'm talking about, guys.
Into a bottomless abyss teeming with monstrous voids to be obliterated.
This is the new game. It looks so fun.
Balls in devastating combinations. Wait, did that say 50? That's wrong. 60. Over 60 unique balls. Trust me, I know. I found them all. You see, while any two balls can be fused together for an additive combination of their powers and effects, certain pairs can be evolved together, becoming a completely new ball with its own unique powers and effects and tactical applications. And this new ball can also be fused to another ball, or possibly evolved again into a newer new ball with its own newer new powers and effects and applications, and the ability to be fused or maybe even evolved again.
The guy who made it is like...
But there's more to ball.
He used to be a scientist. So you can understand the fusing part of the game. It's like cellular like.
Resources or providing upgrades or unlocking new characters. Over a dozen heroes with game-changing playstyles, and they're all
I shouldn't say used to be, he was like a scientist. Like a advent, like he was in genealogy or genetics or something.
One of those friends by now. I've been playing this game all through its development, and it's only gotten bigger and better and ballier, and I'd live in New Baltimore if I could. The sound effects are so incredibly satisfying, and everything looks so squeezable. I know the game is done or whatever, but I need more. So I need you to buy Ball Pit so it makes the ball.
So here's the RTS element. You're like dropping down buildings and you have to build up a city. Your city's on a cliff. It's falling down a cliff. Like those shots of that like building. Let me see if I can find a screenshot of it. So there's like building the city, and then there's let me see if they show the city side. Yeah, like here, like eventually your city gets here, and then you start going descending, and like, oh, it's crazy. Looks like such fun.
Dive deep and explore the
Maybe let me look at the dev 1 sec. It's like here's what sells it to me. Okay, Steam reviews, not like reviews, overwhelming. Like developer Kenny Sun and Friends. So they've made Twinfold, Peak, Triangle, like it's all math-based stuff. Circa Infinity. This was a fun one. Circa Infinity. Mr. Sun's Hatbox, Creature Comforts, Narrative Game. But they're all like cheap. Like they're all like under $10. And I'm super excited to finally dive into that one. It looks super fun. And then where's the other one? So that one's $20 because that's their newest game. RV there yet. This one's a lot of fun. I play this with my friends. So you're as many players as you can, and you have a list, and like you have to like work together. And you're trying to get your RV through as it's falling apart the whole time. You're like you're getting boards out and stuff to try and get it there. Your friend's like, no, the board, no, and then it falls off the cliff. You gotta rebuild it. Such a fun, yeah. It's just utter chaos. So this was done for a game competition, and then they're like, "Oh, we just gotta actually make this game." So I'm super hyped. That, like we've been playing that, and every time we play it, we're all just smiling, like like you can see our faces and stuff, and we're just all smiling. This one looks fun. Not sure. I haven't dove into it yet. It's done in Unreal Engine. Positive reviews, not overwhelming, but positive. It's called Surround Dead, and it's just like a overnight, like survive the night kind of survival game. I don't know if it's open world exploration. I think it is. I think it's very much like Dead like Daylight. Like you gotta leave, go around, come back, and get back before nightfall. And then they attack you at night. So yeah, it's explore, gather. I just don't know if it's there's multiplayer aspects, but I think that's what they're still developing. Is the multiplayer side. 200 hours of Valheim. That was a fun one. I gotta go back to Valheim. I think the final expansion is finally out. Worshippers of Cthulhu, I want to play that one. Expedition 33, I'm probably going to play that one on stream. That's a big enough game, and Silent Hill F, I can play those on stream. Just Silent Hill F's almost $100. Like, geez, I'm waiting for that game to go on sale. You forget the vampire one. Well, there is Vampire Survivors. That is the original one. That was like brought that genre back. Let's just type vampire in Steam, see if I can find it. There's Vampire Survivors, Vampire Crawlers, which is a wild card game. Vampire Masquerade, Bloodlines, Masquerade. Vampire Therapist, Survivor Soundtrack, Hunters, Mansion, Operation Guns, Steel Vampire. Just shoot 'em up bullet hell game. This might be the one you're talking about. Is this the one you're talking about? That might have been loud, sorry guys. Is this the one you're talking about? It's like bullet hell? This does look fun. I'm gonna wishlist this. And then Vampire Survivors, the other game that was like a clone of it, but like did better because it had more updates. Was it's in my most played list. Hang on. Where are you at, game? Where are you at? Halls of Torment. So there's this one here. I go back to that one every once in a while. It's really fun. Because Asmongold played a game on stream recently. He's been so heavy into the political stuff. I haven't like gone back to watch his stream in a while because I've been waiting for him to play a game. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, Just Chief. Because that's the original one. Because Vampire Survivors gets updated every once in a while, not too much anymore, but it was, yeah, it was the big one. This one here. Like dozens of characters. Dopamine Simulator. You could lose a day to this game. Like a whole data's gone. It's so fun. Yeah, I know him from WoW too. Like, I watched back when like him, Rich, and not McCool. What's the guy's name? His friend that they always make fun of. McConnell. They all used to play, and S-Fan and stuff. Like early WoW. Well, it wasn't early because by the time they were streaming, it was like I mean, I know he was streaming on Justin TV, but like when Twitch finally dropped, he would have been in like at least third or fourth expansion by then. Yeah, McConnell, yeah. No, I miss WoW. Like, I really enjoyed it. I went back and played WoW Hardcore last year or a year and a half ago whenever it came out. We went back and played it through. We played till Frozen Throne, and then that's where we threw... Or not Frozen Throne, for Lich King. We played the Lich King, and then once you do that, like, that's such like the overarching story for the carry through from Warcraft 3. It's just where like interest kind of falls off. Like, I'm not... The Mist of Pandaria stuff comes in, and it's like, okay, but that's kind of where they started like lighthearting WoW in a way. It's very, like, where WoW is now is very bubbly, is the word I'll use. So it's just not the WoW I grew up with, and like the WoW that most people like started with. It just became a different game over time, right? It evolved. So it's where they want it now. They're happy with it. You forget when Pandaria came out. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it was, Pandaria came out and it was I wouldn't even say the woke stuff, like what considered woke and it aside, the big thing is there was no overarching villain anymore. Like, Sylvanas did not fill the slot of Arthas very well, and then they jumped around with villains. And then when when what's his face, when Deathwing finally like does the drive-by and burns everything to ash, you're like, okay, yeah, we're done. Like, that was where the towel was in. They had some great bosses, and they had some good raids get added to the game for sure. But it's just like all large-scale games like that face the same problem. You introduce large-scale villains, and when you take care of them, like when you beat your Thanos, like Marvel films suffered this, right? Like, you beat Thanos, you got nothing left. You lose your OG cast, you lose, like, you get all the characters, like, go their separate ways. And what it is this. The simplest thing to compare it to is the beloved, like, Lord of the Rings. You do the Path of the Ring, there's no follow-up on what happened to Gimli after. Like, what happened to Legolas after. What happened to Frodo and Sam? Like, there's no afterward, really, right? So the same kind of things it happens when you build a big overarching story like that and you don't have a multi-layered villain. Like, Arthas, if Arthas had like a puppeteer in the background pulling the strings, and that's the problem too, is like Legion. Well, Legion was awesome for an expansion. It's when the Legion comes, it's like, okay, that's like that's your Galactus level villain kind of smacking down. And you get into the expanded universe, and it's like, okay, we're kind of going really beyond what the scope of like most players can handle is. And I know like the early WoW players, when they were at like 10 million players, like 8 to 10 million players at a time, those were the sweaty days, and like those were, everyone knew everything. Like, you had to have all your macros, you had to have like keyboard and hotkeys all set up. Like, otherwise you get booted from your clan and get booted from raids. But yeah, it was just a different time. Like, so much of that stuff's hotkeyed now and like sticky keyed, and you can just download things and it's all handled. Like, you can pretty much auto play the game now. Well, when you say they did the same in Lord of the Rings, we don't talk about Rings of Power, okay? Rings of Power is a fan fiction of Lord of the Rings. It is not following the books at all. Galadriel was never a warrior. She never had this crazy arc that they gave her in the show. I could get beyond all that. Like, I tried watching the show. It just did not get its hooks in me. It's just not for everyone, right? Star Trek, I think season 3 of Picard, when they brought back the next gen cast, and I don't know if you noticed this, and I know this just because we worked on it here in Canada. A big reason Picard had problems was the writing. The main guy like running Star Trek right now, I forget his name, but he, in short, wants to pull all the strings and kind of have things go the way he wants. And I can tell you this: Paramount cares about Star Trek, and they thought it was in good hands with him. And they are not happy with what he did with it, and that's why for season 3, because he kind of abandoned that show to do Strange New Worlds and do another thing, that when he did that, the people left were the people who loved Star Trek, including Jonathan Franks that played the number 1. He directed some of it, and season 3 of Picard was like night and day better than the first 2 seasons. So, I'm just saying, if you do like Star Trek, season 3, while it still has major problems, it was much more digestible and comparable of trying to find that, have hope for humanity and explore the galaxy-esque side of Star Trek that was beloved with the Next Generation show. So they did try and get that going. Just having that cast back together again, they really did. Like, the actors, like even what's his face, Patrick Stewart said, because he was retiring after that he was because he wanted the show to be about him. He didn't want the next gen cast there, and then he realized like it was such a fulfilling thing to have them there. And then once they all came back for the season 3, he was like, okay, yeah, this is the show we wanted to make. The thing you're talking about though, like that was a Hollywood thing going on, that they were like, that was a framework that like took 10 years to get over. It just became, because like Hollywood went through this weird transition into streaming where they just didn't know how to, they forgot how to like, you know, write, like the writing the good show is how you get audience to care, not checking boxes like you're saying. So they forgot that, it went out the window. And when they forgot that, they started doing what you're saying. They're checking boxes, or doing what they thought at the time was like, these are the things we know make good shows, and they thought that's what to do. And as you're saying, it did not go well. So all I'm going to say in that regard is there's, you know, better things are on the horizon. Better things are coming out. We're getting, you know, with Vince Gillian back in, you know, he's making shows. A lot of Apple and HBO creators are coming back, and writers and directors, and they're making like some hard, heavy-hitting writing. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why like Henry Cavill absolutely cared for the Witcher series, and it's just so unfortunate what happened with that show too. I literally don't think people are going to watch that final season when it drops. I think it already did drop, didn't it? I think the first half did anyway, and I don't think anyone cared. I'm not trying to be rude. I know. I just don't think it. I think they lost their audience. I know Beau DeMayo was a writer on that show too, and he got fired, and like he went on to write the X-Men '97 revival, which was hugely like well received. So just to show you, like there was, and he was fighting that they should be taking more from the source material, and then he got fired for it. So, and he was one of the only writers getting along with Henry. So. I think Henry Cavill just like saw their, like, you know, the whole show was against him, like it just wasn't going the way he wanted, and that's why I think he's gonna be more TLC with Warhammer, more hands-on. I think he probably put it in his contract that he has like some say with the Warhammer stuff, that like he's got weight to throw around. It dropped quite literally. It just came out, no one watched it. That's what happens. I think because of the Warhammer games, the Space Marine games doing so well, that they're definitely Warhammer is a much different story, because Games Workshop does not screw around with Warhammer. They will say no. They will drop $100 million and then be like, this is garbage, scrap it. Like, they don't care. They care about the money, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying they don't care about saying, no, this isn't what we want, get rid of it, reshoot it, go. And I think Henry Cavill is going to be the same way. We are not getting large potions. We're at 18. I think I want to do 2. You got to remember, Disney makes more than just the Star Wars stuff. So they lost $4 billion on Star Wars. Like they it's just an admitted thing in their quarterlies that they've lost $4 to $7 billion because of how Star Wars was handled. In saying that, they just dropped Zootopia 2 and made almost $2 billion. So they have ways of making money back. They are still in the hole a lot from the last like 5 years or so, but they generate more money than you can like wrap, like a lot of, like they're a multifaceted company and they generate a lot of money. But they are weathering bleeding. Like they have lost some money for sure. What was I gonna say? Oh, so they made money from Zootopia. They made a heap of money from Moana 2. So Moana 2 was a TV show done in the West Coast, between California and Vancouver. They then took that footage, cut it into a 2-hour movie, scrapped the other 6 hours of footage that was done for like the episodes, made it into a movie. It cost them maybe $30 million to do it because it was a TV show budget, not a movie budget. They didn't pay dividends to their animators and stuff, so don't even get me started on that. And then they brought in like The Rock's cousin and some other people to do some like cheap voice work, and then they threw it out and just dropped it. Made like 1.4 billion off of that, and it cost them 30 million. So that's like a huge return, right? So they made their money back from like doing things like that. Kathleen Kennedy being made to step down. Kathleen Kennedy had what's called an ironclad contract. She is such a big producer in Hollywood. She wouldn't do something against her will, and they really don't have power to force her to step down. They would owe her so much money to buy out her contract. So, like she's been producing since the 80s. She basically worked on every single 80s property as a producer with her husband Frank Marshall, who's a hugely successful producer with Steven Spielberg. Kathleen Kennedy, like, she knows what she's doing. It's just she did try to do a huge female push for Star Wars, and I think she forgot along the way, and this is what, or rather the creatives forgot along the way, that they have to show the universe, the whole spectrum of the universe, and by focusing so heavily on one thing, they left the other to the wayside, and that damaged the branding and all that kind of stuff. They also just did all those stupid things like that overpriced cruise, and they also did the Star Wars land didn't make, or whatever, the park extension didn't make the money that they thought it would. So it's like there's a lot of things that were mishandled there that are outside of Kathleen Kennedy's hands. Like, those weren't all on her. She's definitely responsible for like the shows that got greenlit and things that didn't. Like, I think if you're talking about like what they should have stuck with out of all the things they announced was the Rogue Squadron movie, because that was the Wonder Woman 1 director, and she grew up on an Air Force base her whole life and childhood. She was definitely like the right person to put in the avenue of directing like a space battle like epic. And they had great other people like attached to it for writers and for production team. So I think that like, because like some of them worked on the Rogue Squadron game, some of them are writers of the novels. So yeah, Rogue Squadron was gonna be a decent movie, I think, and then that one got scrapped, unfortunately, or like put on the back burner. I hope it does get taken out, but a lot of things have happened that I think a lot of the public aren't aware of with Star Wars. An example is the Russo brothers were developing an Old Republic trilogy, and they got taken off of that to go back and redo Marvel, because everyone at Marvel had like just, it was all over the place in a mess for how like 10 years got handled basically. So you know, there was damaging things there, like James Gunn getting fired in a snap judgment by some executive kind of thing, and it didn't go down the proper food chains, and they had no way to get him back really, and they just getting him to even do Guardians 3 was like a pulling teeth kind of thing. Not that he didn't want to go back, it's just how they treated him, right? Like, he's a person, like, he got treated like crap and dropped at the wayside first, like, you know, pin. There was no defense, no talk, no anything. And for how big of a director-producer he is, it just wasn't treating him fairly. It was like from something like 30 years ago. It was just like, he has a crass sense of humor, right? So it was a dark joke he had as a tweet. But yeah, overall, he then gets $1 billion to go play with to run DC Comics, which is huge for DC Films. So, you know, they created their own enemy, basically. And yeah, all that being said, I think he's happier because he gets to work with his friend Peter Safran. Like, they're like making great things over at DC, so they have a big game plan for all that. I know Critical Drinker likes to cover the message and all those kind of things, but it's a bigger framework of problems that were going on. In terms of, like, you're talking with Star Wars projects, a lot of Star Wars projects got canceled that had nothing to do with the topics you're talking about. Like, they were halfway through production or pre-production, and then they got canceled. So that's like burned money. So that, like, when you're doing 12 or 15 projects in the background, because I work in film, I can tell you, like, pre-production is 30% of your budget. Going into early production is 20 to 30% of budget to get all the things off the ground. So when you've got people building sets, and you've got people like doing all the designs, and all the artists are working, and like You're doing meetings all over the place. People are flying all over the place. You're doing casting for actors. When you're at that point and then you scrap it, like, it's huge, like, buckets of money down the drain. Sorry, this is very off topic for Rick, guys. I know this too well. Things have to evolve, though, Dex, like, with the times and with where things are now, right? Like, it's not 1970 and 1980. You can't write that way. You can have a framework, like how you're talking, like, that framework of, like, what Spielberg had for nostalgia or the Goonies or things like that. Look at that show they did do that was Goonies-esque, that, like, Skeleton Crew, I think it was called. It was really successful with kids. Now, adults may not have liked it, but kids, they had 40 million kids watch it. So they had a huge audience watch that. Mandalorian, when it first came out, landed really well. That was more directed at the adults. So, like, you can do things that are just, as long as they have a target audience and they really lean into that target audience, I think they can do what they, like, good things with Star Wars. But you do got to remember, kids are coming into this too. The original Star Wars films are meant for all ages. And I know people want the darker side of the Force, or Star Wars universe, rather, like, that was heavy with the bounty hunters, more Empire Strikes Back-esque. They can go that route, but they can't do that for every single piece of content. Every single I hate the word content. Every single show. They can't do the same show constantly. They have to make new things. They have to try making something that is going to expand on the story, right? Like, Mandalorian was the first real expansion of Star Wars after the sequel movies, right? Like, it's the first real growth post George Lucas that they tried, and that was with the people who did Clone Wars and the cartoons, like Dave Filoni and stuff. Like, there's things that didn't work, though, transitioning into live action, and lost a lot of people, like, bringing in the space whales, bringing in Ezra's story, bringing in, like, from Rebels, and bringing, like, Ahsoka's story. Like, a lot of people didn't know who these characters were, so knowing that, like, Ahsoka's Anakin's Padawan, like, unless you got to the end of that season, a lot of people didn't even know who Ahsoka was. They didn't really, but, like, her episode of Mandalorian was one of the most watched, the one that was done, like, very Samurai Jack-esque and very, like, Kurosawa. Well, yeah, WoW is an example of a game that it hit maturity and adulthood because its whole player base was 10 years later, so they were all in their 20s. And when they were wanting these, like, dark adult themes to stay, and they had shifted into making them more kid-friendly to bring in new users. So when you do that, you're gonna lose your old users. You're gonna lose them by, like, 10 to 20% at a time. Unless you're doing something to keep both parties happy, which is very difficult. Because that's, like, you're basically making the end game adult-themed, in the early game younger themed, and when you're doing a big MMO, like, that's like a mixed bag. Like, Diablo's a perfect example. I think that they went way too PG with Diablo 3. It made a lot of money and everything, but they went way too PG with it and dropping the rating down and the gore and everything, and people missed it so much they all left. So people played the game and sped run and did, but it was basically like a tower climber of just getting to the rifts and doing rifts. Like, that's what the game became. So Diablo 4 tried some things. They went through, like, 10 different teams, though. It was all over the place. Like, Diablo 4 still doesn't have a primeval in it. It's, what, 5 years later? 3 years later, however long it's been. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, I've lost my whole taste in Diablo. I love Diablo, and, like, it just lost me with not having a... You can't release a game on a release cycle and not have a main villain or antagonist story going. We had Diablo in the background, for instance, of Diablo 2 doing things as the Wanderer, and then we also had Mephisto in the game. So we had a build up to Duriel and Mephisto. Diablo 4 dropped with, we've got one fight at the end. Like, that was Diablo 4. It was like, that's all we got. We got a world boss and a fight. That's all you got. So I think it had a good early story, but it felt so unfinished. It felt like you can't give us 10% of a story. You need to have a good story to keep your players, and we are so far in now that video games are in a different place, and you have to have a big overarching story. You need to give 40% of a game if your whole thing's an expansion schedule. You can't give us 10%, and that's what they did with that story, and I think that's why it didn't do as well as they hoped, and why it still hasn't recovered. Like, it's losing to, like, if you look at how much is in Path of Exile 2 as an alpha, versus how much is in Diablo 4, it's like laughably like teeter-totter scale in terms of content and things to do in the game. Path of Exile 2 is a harder game, and I think it's got a really bad learning curve, and I think that's one thing they've made better the early player experience, but they've also made it worse with if you're not like you shouldn't be playing 10 builds that blow the game apart where the other 2,000 builds don't. Like they've got to balance that scale still. But I mean, it is an alpha, so it's different with Diablo 2 or Diablo 4 is a released game. But they still, like, Blizzard still can't shake the shadow of Diablo 2. Like, Diablo 2 Resurrected and everything that's come out for patches and expansions, because they're talking even, I think, of putting another expansion on it, has made them more than Diablo 4. Like, Diablo 4, they're advertising it at all times, and it's not making the money. I think the dev team's gotten small. I can't speak of it. I don't follow it anymore, but I just know it's always in my Instagram feed. It's always in my Facebook feed when I do go on Facebook, which is rare. Even on X when I'm posting things on there, like it's Diablo is all over the place, so is WoW, and I'm like, yeah, but you see like 10 likes on it. Like no one's touching Blizzard right now. Sorry guys, I'll get back to talking about raids. These are deep rabbit holes. This is all done. I can get energy here. So we go back in the dungeon. How many more potions do I need? I'm gonna go look at quickly. There is a spreadsheet of raids potions. I just gotta find it. Or it's on Hell Hades' site actually. Where's the potion calculator? Fusion Guide. I think it's under Fusion Guide, right? Fusion events, preparing for fusions. Okay. Okay. Traditional fusions. You need 40 lesser magic. Rarity and one of each epic. You will need can keep. Okay, so we need 36 greater. So we need 36 of these. And we need 6 of these. So these are okay, but we need 12 more of these. Which worst case we could mix. But we will go for them. No, absolutely solid chat. Once this energy's gone, I've been streaming almost 3.5 hours, so that'll be the morning. I think Doomsday will make them $1 billion, no more. Like, I think it'll get them, like, a solid 1 paycheck kind of thing. Maybe 1.4 billion, but I don't see it hitting those 2 billion numbers again. I could be wrong. Like, people could be so hungry for Marvel to come back, like the Marvel they want, that like they'll get enough people to go to theaters. But the fact that you know, people are like hating on the Avatar movies, right? Avatar, Fire and Ash, the third one. It's a popcorn movie, right? Like, it's a visual popcorn flick, recycled story, nothing crazy about it, right? It's not Terminator 2, like, you're not getting James Cameron's best work. You're getting his most creative visual work, but you're not getting, you know, that's all he's trying to go for. He's trying to give you a visually overstimulating experience and bring you to the world that they've done for Avatar, right? Go in there expecting that, you got a popcorn movie, have a good time. That movie has made 1.4 billion, 1.5 billion, something like that, on an $800 million budget. So, like, it, you know, they can go make a third and fourth one now, or fourth one, make a fourth one. They've already been making the fourth one, so those movies still make money. Where Marvel dropped to making like 150 or less million on each movie, and those budgets were in that ballpark, so they're not even making their money back. So Marvel's in a point they need the cash out. I think you're still gonna see like maybe one Marvel movie a year after Doomsday. They're not gonna come in and be dropping more. Like the Russos are basically gonna do Doomsday, 2 Secret War movies, and that's towel, because they want to make other stuff, and they've really put I think they've really put their foot down. Like, hey, we are creatives. We need to go make other things. We can't just solely make you Marvel movies the rest of our lives. You got to get other people in here who are like competent and like can rebuild your empire, pretty much. Oh yeah, that's why anime just blew everything out of the water. Look at anime movies right now. Anime movies, they come out, they make 200-300 million. Chainsaw Man and Dandadan and Jujutsu Kaisen's coming out soon, or it already did. I think I missed it. Maybe it did come out already. And there's one other one that came out, an anime movie recently, Demon Slayer. Huge money. And that's on like a $30-40 million budget to make it. And that's huge for Japan to put into like an anime, right? And huge bank on return. Toho Godzilla was great. Yeah, absolutely. The Chinese Godzilla is going to be interesting. Yeah, it's the first time they're doing that, yeah. But they're doing, I'm excited for Godzilla -0. That's going to be, like, amazing. Another one, that was $1 million movie. $1 million movie. 1.6 million. And it was better than almost everything in theaters at the time. Like, it just smashed. It was so good. Yeah, Toho commissioned, yeah. Well, Toho is also working on a Godzilla movie right now. I think it's in collaboration with China. I'm not 100% if the whole thing's being done there. But Toho has showed behind the scenes that they're like doing the fight scenes and stuff. Like they are making a Godzilla movie too, like an original one, as well as Godzilla -0. Yeah, they did win the VFX Oscar, which they rightfully should, because they did better VFX than like some of the like bigger films did, and they did it on like such a tight budget. That's my bread and butter. So I mean, like, yeah, I was so surprised, like happily surprised with how good the effects were in that movie. And it's just a show don't tell thing. When you keep things dark, you need to keep things like lit properly. So if your lighting's good and your planning of the shots is good, like they knew going in like what they needed to show Godzilla doing and what shots they wanted him in, and they knew they couldn't screw that up. They also did a mix of practical and VFX, which is like, that's how you want to do it. You don't want Marvel got to the point, for instance, their VFX were just like their actors are always on blue screens and there's no practical anything. Like, unless they're out in the cities and stuff, there was no practical sets. So your actors are left like John Travolta looking left and right, kind of memeing, being like, what am I holding? What's this, what does Galactus look like, kind of thing. So it's when your actors have nothing to, they need, think of them this way, they're hungry creators too. Like, they need food to perform well. And the better VFX team you have, the more you can, and better in mind base you have with planning, then you can have a better product at the end. I still would say Lord of the Rings is a prime example that, yeah, some of the effects look dated, but the 3 original films hold up so well. I just watch them. I watch them all every holiday. So, like, the fact that people are willing to watch 14 or 15 hours of cinema at home once a year it's a staple of like how good those movies were. The new Fantastic Four, you didn't watch it? Wasn't terrible, but it wasn't mind-blowing, is how I would describe it. The best thing about the new Fantastic Four was the world they built was really, like, it felt nice to be in a Marvel world that wasn't attached to 6 other universes. Like, it's just the 1960s looking aesthetic Jetsons, like, Fantastic Four world where, like, they're the only known superheroes. It was very reminiscent of the Steve Ditko and, like, early comics. Especially, like, his early works, because that was, like, his bread and butter work, right, was that Fantastic Four run. So they paid a lot of heed to that, but you're not wrong that, like, when they did introduce Galactus and that stuff, the space stuff, it really took away from the world building that they had done, because the world building was the best part of the movie. The sets, the designs, the characters, like, that all was great. Them trying to do a big bad fight with them, I just think was the wrong avenue to go down. The interstellar stuff was the right thing, having them explore, but, like, it just felt wrong for them to go head to head with Galactus immediately. I know they didn't want to do another Doctor Doom because they'd already done it twice with Fox, and then they wanted Doom for Doomsday to go into Infinity War to replace Kang, so they had to do all that. But I think they could have gotten away with using other villains. Like they could have come up with like there's the huge rogue gallery for Marvel that they could have came up with another big problem for them to solve. Even just having the Surfer show up would have been fine. As, like, this ethereal thing they can't deal with. Like, it's this super powered element that's just beyond them. And I think they could have gone Spider-Man 2 route. It would have been a lot better. With what they did with Doc Ock, with him creating that miniature sun and everything. Have them go down a road where they're trying to create, like, a shield device kind of thing to stop stop the Silver Surfer anyway. And then that leading to problems. That could have been a way to go about it, because the Fantastic Four are so science-based, so it's, again, the first family, they got all right, like, that aspect, but they just, it felt like a thrown punch, like a light punch, rather. Not a thrown punch, but just a light punch. Didn't hit hard. Well, Doctor Doom's always not worked, because they've never done him properly. Like, you know, this is... Doctor Doom is more powerful than Thanos, so, like, you're talking about the biggest villain pretty much in Marvel. At times. Marvel Doomsday comic. So anyone wondering, like... Oh, I said Marvel, Doctor... I put in Doomsday, not Doctor Doom. Hang on. So Doctor Doom's, like, basically so wicked smart, wickedly intelligent. He eventually does wield the power of cosmic. So he eventually, what happens is he steals the Silver Surfer's power, and eventually he steals Galactus's power, which is likely what they're going to show in the movie. Just so, spoiler, you're aware of what they do. And in him doing that, it like severely hurts him, and he almost dies. But he then gains, like, a reality-shaping ability. He's basically as powerful as one of the Infinity Stones, and then he becomes more powerful than all of them, and then he's going to shape the multiverse. I think that's the story they're probably going to go with. But he's so powerful. Thanos tried to fight him at one point, and he, like, disintegrates him. This is that shot here. He just rips his spine out. Like, it's not even a fair fight. He just gets, like, he's such, like, an overarching thing they should have built up to, just like they did with Thanos, and they didn't. That's the problem with how Doctor Doom's been handled for the films. He's never been this, like, foreboding thing that's been worked up to. Guardians did space great, and that's James Gunn. Like, he nailed the space, and he also showed he was, just so, again, since people are we'll wrap this up, but James Gunn was supposed to oversee all of Phase 4. So he was supposed to oversee all of the space stuff. And then they fired him right at the start of it. So, like, literally right after Endgame happens, like, weeks in or months in, whatever, they fire him on the snap judgment of that guy. There goes Guardians 3. There goes everything off the table. James Gunn gone. All the actors want to quit. They don't want to. All the actors are supposed to stay there. They don't want to stick around. Guardians 3 was supposed to be like an early film in the Phase 4. Then it got pulled out, and you start pulling pieces away, and then everything gets mishandled. They had to change a bunch of stuff in Eternals. They had to change a bunch of stuff in the other movies. All of those movies don't do well until they get to Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. off of the shows did well, like Loki and Wanda did well, so they built off that. But they were all over the place because they had no creative like mind there, like pushing it in a single direction. It would be like trying to do a Tim Burton universe film without Tim Burton. You can't do it. And if you're trying to do a Tim Burton multiverse and you don't have Tim Burton, it doesn't work. So James Gunn, having overseen all the space stuff, and then you also lost the Russo brothers, and you also have Kevin Feige, who wants to like change things and go work on other stuff. He wanted to go to Star Wars as well. So like you have all these factors wanting to leave, and then Marvel as a company doesn't replace them, and they all just kind of, all the dominoes fell. So they are now restacking the dominoes. They're trying to rebuild. Yeah, the Mephisto story would have been great. Silver Age Doom would have been great too, absolutely. Convergence. I think that's what they are doing, by the way. I think they are doing Convergence. Like, they're taking part of it anyway, and I think that's what they're going to build off. I think the Fantastic Four timeline will be the dominoes for the Convergence to happen, and that's the storyline you're getting, is Doom creating one timeline. But that's the main reason he needs the baby, the Fantastic Four baby. And I was saying Steve Ditko before I meant Jack Kirby. That's what I was meaning. Like, his artwork from Fantastic Four was gorgeous. But I'm trying, not his covers, I want internal artwork. Was I talking about Steve Ditko? Because this stuff doesn't look right. Kirby's work's great, but that was early. I'm looking for, with like the really nice internal pages. Steve Ditko. Is this what I'm looking for? Nope. Nope. Who am I thinking of? The ones I'm talking about are the really nice, like wide spreads. They have a lot of like nice splash pages. They show a lot of like the internal, like it looks very, you know, the movie The Incredibles. That's the style of that I'm talking about. It looks very much like that. But, I could swear that was Ditko, but maybe it's Kirby. Why is my computer okay? Kirby. It is Kirby. It is Kirby's work. Why are you dying, mouse? Oh, your head. Careful. Are you okay? Now. Good done. And I broke something. Great. That was on me. That's on me. I didn't know my cat was resting there. Sorry. But yeah, the internal artwork was just gorgeous. All the ink work they did. Trying to find it. I can't show it on stream anyway, to be fair. Really nice use of yellows. Like, they did all these nice like 60s pages using like limited color. No, at this point just show me Vanessa Kirby. No, I'm not looking for the actress. I put an artwork. This is what's, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. This is what they've destroyed for using search engines. Because of AI, they've like stripped the internet of a lot of results. And it now leaves your results lacking, that they're trying to corner you into using AI, which I'm not going to. The Incredibles 1 was a great film, absolutely. Brad Bird, probably one of his best works. That and Iron Giant. You went into sci-fi chat. Hey, XR, how you doing? And Dex Chief, I agree. If they actually did the storylines we're talking about, it would take that much. It would take 4 or 5 movies worth of time. Think of Secret Wars. Like, Secret Wars should be taking them like 12 movies to build up to, and they haven't even, like, they're just not even going that route. They don't want to risk making 12 more movies and then not getting there. Yeah, that's Brad. Well, that's the same director. That's Brad Bird. So he was one of the brain trusts, like one of the early Pixar people that founded the company. And it was him. I know John Lasseter fell out and had like some bad history kind of stuff come up, and now he's gone. But it was John Lasseter, Brad Bird, Pete Docter, and I'm forgetting one other person. But they started the company, and then they did all the really good Pixar films. Like they did Toy Story 1 and they did Toy Story, Bugs Life, Wall-E, Incredibles, Monsters Incorporated, and Up, and forgetting one. I'm forgetting one of them, but like they did all the original like 7 amazing movies that built that studio, got them all their awards. Then Disney does what Disney does, which is you become a sequel machine and then everyone hates you. I do enjoy that Pixar tries to go against Disney and like make stuff still, but unfortunately their reputation's been pretty cut up, and that's Disney's fault. Best thing that could happen to Pixar is if Apple bought them, and that's crazy to say, but Apple would give them unlimited money, unlimited resources. They believe in just Steve Jobs' legacy so much, like they that's all they like in the back end would care about. Be like, listen, get back to making those crazy movies you guys made in the 90s and 2000s. Like, stop worrying about everything else. We're barely getting medium potions, which isn't nutty. Bam! We did it. We did it, guys. We got the Primal Shard. Look at all these rewards we got, too. So it is pretty realistic in this amount of time. In, like, I'm at 2,000 points. We got 3 weeks left to get to 20,000. I'm excited for the relics. Look at these numbers. And arena, still in gold. I am still in gold. I won 2 defenses. Nice. No, I didn't. That's a lie. I did. Atreyu came for revenge and lost. Single teams are the best. I think if they had the right leadership at the time after Endgame, it would have been, okay, we need to build the Secret War now. And we need to do this properly. Or choose Galactus or choose Doctor Doom and build to that. Start your next 12-movie run of building to an overarching villain. That was Kang originally. I mean, that was the back end, but the better option... Kang is too complicated, I think. I think they did a good job at first with Jonathan Majors. Like, some people didn't like him, but, like, I think he did a good job, like, building Kang as this, like, omnipotent, like, oh, I know the chaos coming, you don't. But they didn't go the horror movie route, which they should have done. Like, they should have done, like, a sci-fi horror with, like, Kang. Like, I think that would have landed a lot better and make him, like, a scary villain. Instead, it was, like, these CG, like, messy-looking group shots, and then no one really cared. Turtles. No, we're not fighting you. Refresh. Yeah, still gotta wait for people to attack me in an arena to knock my rating down. 61 energy left. What keys do I have left? Oh, Doom Tower. Because Doom Tower I'm just going to run in the background. Okay, so these I could pull. But that's 200 points for a champ chase. Though this champion would be insane to get. And my best chance at getting it is this shard. I got 1%. Like, I'm gonna have to probably end up getting shards some way, but... Oh, I can't look. I've been so unlucky. So unlucky. Please, please. No, it's a rare. Metal Shaper's at least a good rare, but yeah. And that, kids, is why you don't pull your shards off of a 2x. How are we doing objective-wise? Like, I'm still up there. This is kind of crazy. Like, these are bots, whatever, but like, that I'm like up in the top as if, you know, I'm probably the not in the same ballpark as these guys, like a Midnight Moon. 6 million on the leaderboard. Watcher would be great, actually. Yeah, that'd be interesting to do. Like, especially if they did like the Alice Ross stories with the Watcher, the overarching. It would have been cool if they did that. Be great to be in that group. Alas. Are any cheap? Nope. My packs haven't cooled down yet, so they're still super expensive. I can't buy anything. See how insane they are? Can't buy anything. So you spend any money in the game now, they just go for the throat with the packs. Like, they're so overpriced. That's the cheapest one here. Or this is the most valuable one. Dailies, there's nothing crazy. No warrior packs or anything. These, they only let you buy once. These are not worth $10 each. 50, 20, 34, plus 6. So this is like 1-to-1 for what this pack's worth. Too expensive. 40. These are all giga expensive, these three here. Don't ever buy those three. What's a single shard cost? $7. Jesus. I got time to do this later today, so I'm probably just gonna finish getting my scrolls. I didn't turn super raids on because like they'll gain energy while they're killing this, so it'll just give us that extra like 4 or 5 for that final run. I think Adventure Time is a crazy show to bring up right now, but I think Adventure Time is a great example of a show that has multifaceted multiverses going on and handles going between them very well. And Marvel would have done good to do their homework on that, or Alex Hirsch's Gravity Falls. Both of those would have been great templates to look at as, like, even though they're children's shows, or all audience shows, I'll call them instead, that they would have been better frameworks, and that those creatives, I honestly would have rather they had a hand in world building, at least helping build like an overarching story. I think those creators and creatives, like the people who make Steven Universe and Gravity Falls and like Adventure Time and Fiona and Cake, like that whole cornerstone of TV that for North American shows, and the Adult Swim like creative teams, basically, like they really would have knocked out of the park handling like a Marvel universe if they were brought into writers' rooms. But writers' rooms are just gone. They're few and far between now, and they just don't get the time they used to develop these things. And for shows of this scale, you need, and movies of this scale, planning wise, for how much money you're talking about and how much time you're talking about, the more planning you do ahead of time, the better in a lot of cases. Especially at least having a blueprint, right? Like Marvel had a blueprint going in from like at least once they got to like the 6th Marvel film, doing the first Avengers all the way to doing Endgame. There was an overarching plan being built there. Even Naruto, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like you look at it, you brought up Japanese anime creators are one guy in a team, one person in a team. So there's like one creative artist, writer, usually all the same thing, creating, and then on top of that, they're overseeing. Once they have a team and can like separate the work out a bit, they don't just hire anyone for that team. They're like lifer people that'll like stay with them to be juniors on that IP and stay with it. So they'll stay on Naruto for 7 years. They'll stay on Berserk for their life, their entire life. They'll stay on One Piece for 25 years. Like, it's very rare, or at least like a good 10 years, right? Like, it's very rare. Like, the commitment level is massive. And that's what they don't have anymore. And I also think they just don't trust their, like, comic book writers enough. Like, there are some good books coming out of DC. I don't know about Marvel. I haven't read Marvel in a long time, but DC has some great writers working for them right now, and they've like at least like 10 times a year they're putting out really great overarching stories, and those writers, I don't understand why they're not the writers getting transitioned into like working on, if they're not working on screenplay, or they could at least be helping like beat board out, which are like visual storyboard kind of things, like beat board out the greater story for DC. Which I think is what James Gunn did. Like, James Gunn isn't dumb. He's a visual person, so he knows how to communicate with artists and like communicate like director wise and like running the show wise. Like, he is the right person or right type of person to be there for that. We still have to see the big picture of what he wants to do, but I think his goal is, like, with every dart he throws at the board, is to get a comic book movie made of, like, every movie will be closer and closer to seeing a visual comic book on screen. Yeah, that corner, like, which used to be, what wasn't it called, like DC Dark, or it was Black, it became Black Label, but it used to be called something else. But yeah, that, because they bought that from it wasn't Image, it was what banner were those books under again? Anyway, that series of books was under their own publishing, and they did their own dark stuff, and all great books. 100 Bullets came out of there, so did Hellblazer, so did oh man, like almost all of the books that came out of there were good. Alan Moore put a book through there or two. Vertigo went Vertigo after, yeah. Swamp Thing was through there, I think, too. The run, yeah. Constantine, Silver Age, his first appearance, Swamp Thing. Yeah, it was Swamp Thing, yeah. But Constantine was a great read, too. I even, like, recently, it's funny you brought up Constantine. I went back and read the first book again recently. And it's just such a great read of the story of him and, what was his friend's name? When he finds out he has lung cancer, he goes to his friend to try to save him at his house. And then the priest is like, I got my own problems, and he was dying from cancer or something. And then they trick, it's where they got the ending of the movie from. It's the book they got the ending for the movie from. But yeah, it was so good. It was so good. Just how smart and clever the writing had to be of them, like, messing with Lucifer to, like, twist, making a deal with him and the other demon, which breaks their rules because they don't share souls. Like, it was just such a smart, witty, like, thing to do. And the way they handled it. Yeah, he put the demon in him because they made the deal with the demon, and then because hell's a greedy place, right? Two contracts can't coexist on the same soul, so it nulls both of them. It nullified both, which Lucifer nullified it by, like, ripping his lungs out and then giving him new lungs, which is what they put into the movie. So, like, that's a perfect example of, like, stuff from the comic book page jumping onto the screen and being done, like, handled well in a movie sense. Alan Moore was always just, the problem was he always got screwed. And I mean, he brought it, in some cases, brought it on himself in terms of he didn't like paying attention to contracts and like what people were doing. He also just like was too trusting. He should have learned the first time when DC burned him with Watchmen and everything and the Swamp Thing that he shouldn't have trusted Jim Lee. So, it is what it is. I know, and it twisted him as a person, which is not in a great way. But yeah. Anyway, I hope everyone had a great time on stream today. I'm just running Minotaur. I'm gonna end stream here. I gotta get going. Join our Discord though. We have crazy talks like this there. We also have crazy talks about raid in there. Lots of help for if you need help with your account. Feel free to ask questions there. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to follow Cheshire Cat on a journey through the year. We're just getting masteries done. As you can see, we've got 2 of them done. These ones are into the green, almost into the red. Just using our energy for this right now until the next dungeon tournament starts. Hope everyone had a great time, and take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your, what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you all tonight. Probably tonight, or at least early tomorrow morning. Alright, take it easy, guys, and good luck with the fusion. Don't do what I do. Don't open your shards for stream, for entertainment. I regret nothing, but oof. I could have saved those for the summon rushes, so I have to do. Alright, I'm gonna write these numbers in. So just to give us a recap before I go, we are at 62 ancient shards opened, and we are at 3 primal shards open. We are at 19 voids open, 4 sacreds, totaling an 87 shards total that have been opened on day 15. So that's how many shards you burn through. Okay. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I will see you all next time. And the end. Oh, I gotta end the poll. I gotta end the poll. Hang on. What? Okay, the end results. 8 out of 10. That's how they feel on rating on the champion. They are going for it. 35%. 35% says, nah, I'm not going for it. Don't like her. 24% say the collab champion should be stronger. RE the Turtles. And got the epic. Happy with that.